you know, what the teacher's been teaching, they're going to test you. Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter chapter.
That's okay. But that's you got it? Okay. All right. So that was what was those scriptures we went to? That was Matthew chapter 11.
Luke 11:24 through 26.
Went to Revelations.
Con.
Yes. We're back up. All right. Hey, Shalom. Apologize for the technical difficulties. We're back up. All right. We're going to be taking some questions, if you have any, and if not, we're going to go into this field class. That was Revelation. What was that?
16 and 13.
There it is. First Peter 5. Yeah, that was a good question, too. This. All right, do you have any more questions? All right, and you said for major, your question was in Galatians, correct?
Con.
Go ahead and what was your question with that?
Con. It was there was a brother that was online, and he was at the meeting place of priest Zabak.
Right.
And he was asking a question about Galatians verse 5 and 16. And the question was, is everyone really under the umbrella of being saved, even though they're not Hebrew Israelites, considering the fact that he pointed out, such as the Edomites may be still under that umbrella because they still follow under the seed, but it was a conflict of interest how he was putting it.
Okay.
Go ahead and read the scripture.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. Somebody read that.
Galatians chapter 5 and verse 16. This I say then.
Actually, no, it was
Hold on. You guys got to give people a little second to get the scripture with you. You guys are very fast, and you got to get class with y'all. You got to get the class with y'all. So give them a little second to get the scripture.
actually Galatians 3 and 16.
God.
Go ahead, I agree.
God, Galatians chapter 3 and verse 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promise made. He said not, and to seeds.
Right. See, not to seeds. So Abraham and his seed. So it's telling you right there, not to seeds, because many seeds came out of Abraham. He was a father of many nations, right?
God.
Okay, go ahead.
As of many.
Right, as of many. It's telling us here. Go ahead.
But as of one.
As of one, go ahead.
And to thy seed,
which
is Yahushua.
Right, and to thy seed, which is Yahushua. So, what verse are you at?
That was 16.
Right. Right. Now, when he goes into Yahushua, it's showing that it also transcended the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And also he's showing you through Yahushua that seed came forth, right? Okay, there's another one. What verse was that? It says no. Why would we go there? But you get that, right? Because
Come on.
I can keep going with this one right here. But it's just showing you that the Most High didn't choose the seeds. He chose one seed. That is the seed of Abraham. I was looking for another one. It says, and of Isaac shall thy seed. It's you need it with this one. You need it with this one. Let me find it real quick. It's should be over here. 9. Go to Romans 9:7. Yeah.
Con.
Romans.
Romans. Con. Romans chapter 9, verse 7. Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham.
Let's read 6.
Con. Not as though the word of God had taken none effect.
Right, because why did he pull this scripture?
He was saying that basically everyone is considered under the seed of Abraham. Like, we're all going to be.
Well, the scripture he put basically spoke against that. That don't make any sense.
Con.
First of all, he said not of seeds. So, you're not gonna make. Y'all been getting those people that are trying to make sense and pull a scripture that speaks against what they're saying.
Con.
Like you cut yourself, because it said in there not of seeds. But this to get a little more specific. Go ahead.
Con. Not as though the word of God had taken none effect.
Right.
For they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Right. Go ahead.
Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham,
Uh-huh.
are they all children.
So that's what, when you go back to Galatians, showing you that not of seeds,
Yeah.
not everybody that came out of Abraham is a child of the Most High.
Con.
Go ahead.
Con. But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
There you go. Because Abraham had Isaac and who?
Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
No, Abraham,
I'm sorry.
Isaac and who? Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Right. I was trying to get them to answer that
I'm
one.
sorry.
You know it. That's why you're sitting up here, trying to get them to understand, to see.
Con.
So Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael,
Con.
but he didn't choose Ishmael,
He chose Isaac. Con.
right? Isaac had who?
Jacob and Esau.
Jacob and Esau, right?
Con.
But he didn't choose who?
Esau chose
You
Jacob.
see that?
Con.
See, not everybody that are of the seed that come out of Abraham were chosen.
Con.
He said Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Con.
Go ahead.
Con. That is, they which are the children of the flesh.
Right?
They are not the children of God.
Right. So he's speaking of twofold here, though. He's speaking of the children of the flesh, meaning that all these people that come from Abraham are not necessarily the children of the Most High.
Con.
And he's speaking also the carnal. You know what I mean? Y'all, we that are still carnal are not the children of the Most High, because you're the children. You're dealing with carnality. You're not dealing with the spirit.
Con.
Okay, go ahead.
Con. But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Right, but the children of the promise, who was it promised to? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
Con.
And Jacob had the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, right?
Con.
Go ahead.
Con. For this is the word of promise.
Uh-huh.
At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
Right.
And not only this, but when Rebekah also.
So you see what we just said?
Con.
He's confirming that. Not only of Isaac, right? But Sarah, Rebekah,
Con.
right? Abraham, Isaac, right?
Con.
Jacob. Go ahead.
But when Rebekah also had conceived by one,
Right.
even by our father Isaac,
Right.
for the children being not yet born.
Now he's going to go down and show you. He's going to go down and show you it wasn't everybody. And he's pointing out, he hits Esau here, showing you if it was of the seeds, if it was everybody was the children of the promise,
Con.
now he's going to put a separation to show you this is why he hates Esau. He hates Esau. You understand? Okay, so, I mean, you get that, right?
Yeah,
like I said, we keep digging and digging and going and going, but tonight we didn't want to go over questions like we did last time. We took the whole class over questions. We want to actually go over this topic. All right, was there any other, like real quick, questions on there? Nothing in here? No? Shalom, good to see you. Nothing else. Okay. Nothing online? Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go into your class then. I was waiting to see if your family had any.
Oh, they're not here yet.
Yeah. Come. All right. Go ahead. No.
All right. So we're going into today about the lost heritage of who we are. You know, coming to America. You know, this month is February. You know, ironically, Black History Month, right? We're so much in you know, dived into the word and the things that we have going on. We didn't even know it's February, which is the national month of Black history. And you know, when you listen on while you drive on the radio, you hear all the facts about the inventors, the black women, the black men, you know, which is good. But we have a little bit more ancient history, you know, and we're gonna bring this back to the body man, the household, our family, you know, and that's the base root of everything. With that, give me Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64.
Because think about it. While you're driving your car and you hear these fun-filled facts about inventors, how does it really affect you? Anybody in class?
Make me believe.
Go ahead.
It just make me believe that we got more potential than what we perceive.
Okay. More potential. I like that. Anybody else?
Well, it just opened my mind to the.
A little bit louder.
It just opened my mind to the fact that, like, when I was younger and I started hearing about these black inventors, it just made me want to search some more, find out some more history. Like, what were we in the ancient times? Like, what was the inventions like in ancient times?
Right.
That's what I wanted to figure out.
Right. You know, on Facebook, you start seeing everybody posting up, you know, about who you have. What's that African not African emperor, but not Mansa Musa. He had the first elephants. A lot of people like the Hannibal. His name was Hannibal, man. Everybody like to post about him, the warrior. You know, but how do you feel about people posting up about, you know, Black history?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel good. I feel to a degree because, like, when I used to look into it, I used to see, like, especially how what's the I'm having a brain fart right now, but when Oklahoma got bombed.
Okay. We're talking about the Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. A lot of the inventors that started that came out of slavery. Mm-hmm. So some of their ingenuity and things like that, it really, like, you know, just it blows my mind. It makes me just you know, just look at where we came from. Similar to what everyone else is saying, but
right.
I feel like we have some of that. We have that DNA hidden in us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that it can still be unlocked. I feel.
Indeed. We are those people. Come on. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people.
Right, and that's what happened to us. We were scattered, and that's why we're here today. We're here in good old America. We're in El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico. You know, we're on the four corners of the earth, everywhere. You may find some of us in India, China, all these different areas. We're scattered, but we don't know who we are. And that's why even with this February, they're trying to bring us back to who we are. But it's funny because even when you deal with these inventors, it sounds good, but it's nothing that powerful to where it's like, dang, that's us? No, it's just inventors. You really don't take hold of that. What you gonna say?
It's kind of like they give you the month of February, but it's still kind of like the carrot in front of the donkey, walking ahead. They give you that little inkling of hope. Okay, this is who you were. This is who you used to be. But there's nothing. They don't give you something substantial, concrete, like the scriptures would, because they're not going to openly tell you that.
Right.
Like, what's more concrete than saying Yahweh look like you and look like me?
Right.
They're not gonna give you that. They're gonna give you something to pacify you with saying, yeah, a famous black person invented a dustpan and a broom so you can keep your house clean.
Right.
Ooh, like that doesn't motivate anybody.
Right. Or even go even deeper with it. You know, they give you information on how families used to run. You know what I'm saying? How the household. Just think about it. You know, they're giving us this like very superficial, very vague info, you know, dealing with even when you deal with the Hispanics, you know, Montezuma, these individuals, but how did they run their household? Because, you know, that's the foundation.
God.
You know, that's what we're going to go into. But keep reading.
God. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people from the end of the earth, even unto the other.
Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
That's exactly what we're doing now. Our people is serving other gods. And that's the heritage. We lost our heritage, and we took on the heritage of others. You know, the Greek gods, the Romans. You know, all the gyms, gymnasiums, the sports. Listen, this is all heathenistic customs. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Yeah, we didn't know that, but we do now. We've been scattered abroad. Read.
Even wood and stone.
Yep, wood and stone. And we understand what that wood is, which is the cross. You know, everybody likes to vainly worship Christ. Oh, put it at the cross. What does that really mean? You know, you can do whatever you want to and come to church on Sunday, you're good. You know, you could cuss out your mom and think God respects that. You know, disobey your dad and God respects that. No. The stone, the Kaaba stone, you know, Islam, all the things that they believe. Give me Psalms 106 and 35. Because when we were scattered, you know, when the Most High took us away from the knowledge of our heritage, man, we start grabbing everything.
God.
Read where you at.
God. Psalms 106, verse 35.
Read.
But we're mingled among the heathen.
We were what?
We're mingled among the heathen.
Yeah, we're mingled right now. Still trying to learn our heritage.
God.
Still trying to learn who we are. How families run. Think about it, man. When you deal with the Hispanic, Black, and Native American family, especially with the Black, it's in chaos. But when you deal with even the Hispanics, you know, they kind of have a little system together, you know, which is a little bit better than the Blacks. But we're still not flourishing, man. You still got, kids disobeying their parents. You know what I'm saying? But where they learn that from? They learned that from Esau, man. Learned that from the nations. Oh, Mom! It was like, Billy, get over here. No, Mom, F you. You're like, what? Like, where'd that come from? I know y'all heard it in the stores, schools. But we learned it because we were mingled amongst the heathen. Read.
But we're mingled among the heathen. And learned their works.
Yeah, we learned their works. We learned how they move around. And that's what the class is about. We lost our heritage. We don't know how the workings of the Most High used to be in us. How the household was established. Brothers and sisters. Workers that was around. We don't know because we did what?
We learned their works.
Read.
And they served their idols.
Come on.
Which were a snare unto them.
Yeah. We served their idols. Their TV shows, their gods, their politicians, their holidays. We gave up. Listen, and it's funny because a lot of these things we deem more righteous than our family, man, than those around us.
Exactly.
You want to ask them?
I was going to add the Genesis.
Go ahead.
Can I have Genesis chapter 25, verse 31? Genesis chapter 25, verse 31, because we got mingled and we learned their works, like Zion just brought out. But the thing is that now being Israelites, we know right from wrong now, and we're coming back to our language and our culture, our heritage, right? But this is the thing. Read this.
Can I say this? That it's like what Ariel was saying. He was saying it's dangling the carrot. It's like they give you a little bit, and that's not enough. It's not enough for us because we can see. We have the truth. But when you tell a so-called Negro, you know, somebody that's just on the basic low level, right, of thought process, of ideas, of, you know, they're just barely finding out that all these inventions they came from black people. That's like the best thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just to put it on McDonald's, that to them, that's the world. Like, wow, I am somebody. You know, to them. But for us waking up, we see that, nah, that's nothing to what they're hiding from us. They're hiding too many things from us for that you can dangle, we invented a shoe or, you know, or dustpan or peanut butter. Yeah, it's like, wow, we invented peanut butter. But even in that, it's mockery because it's like, okay, but who owns Jiffy?
You know that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's why I said peanut butter because it was being used in a mocking way.
Yeah.
It was a Family Guy episode I was watching.
Yeah.
And it was talking about something, and the black guy, he was like, did you know the black people invented peanut butter?
Right.
So they used it in this mocking way.
Right. Yeah, and they throw those things out there for our people because they know that at this point, most of the people don't care. You've been strained of your heritage and your identity so much that really, you know, for a little McDonald's commercial, that'd be good enough for you. Because America's taught you to not. We talk about this all the time. To not care about your identity, your heritage, your nationality, your customs, your laws. That's why when we go out there and speak, they're not. For the most part, the ones that are asleep, they're like, I'm American, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What are y'all talking about?
I love this lifestyle.
Yeah, I love this lifestyle. Like, there's no better place than America. Why? Because they've been indoctrinated with every idea of America, and they believe in it. Yeah.
I was gonna also add on to what he was saying about the gentleman that created the peanut butter. I believe it was Carver. Rest in peace, Dr. Sabi. But him and also Dick Gregory, rest in peace, him also spoke on how Carver, not only did they castrate him, they castrated him after he created the peanut butter because he was fighting for the rights of ownership because of what was going on. But they castrated him and claimed that, he had whistled at a white woman, that alleged whistled with the white woman thing, and they castrated him. It kind of took his manhood and he not only mocks us, but pretty much.
That's how you do it, though. That's how you break him down. Like, nobody had never tried to take a position of power and of longevity when it comes to, you know, inventions and things of that nature. It's like they put all the slaves in order. So, and that's how we are now. We're comfortable now. Yeah. We don't see that everything's been stripped from us. Our power, our strength has been stripped from us, man. And, you know, we're touching on these little carnal things. I mean, y'all know the class ain't about the inventions of peanut butter. It's about the bigger picture. You can bring that up here.
I just want to just show it because these are all the inventions, which is cool. But again, you know what? Think about it. What plagues the black men, Hispanic men, and Native American men when you deal with these laws? Listen, the house is out of order. Man has an evil eye towards his brother, towards the wife, and towards a remnant of his children that he shall leave. You know, but we're learning, which is nothing wrong with that. But what's more important, man? Yes, this is definitely important, but the building of our households, man, the love between brothers, the unity. When you go to Ecclesiastes 21:5, we're going to get that later. The unity of the brothers and the wife and the husband that agrees together.
Right. Right. So the sister in the back had a question.
I didn't have a question, but I was just thinking while we're kind of like on that point.
Yeah.
Like, Black History Month just always kind of made me a little sad more than anything because a lot of the inventions that blacks created were definitely taken from Esau. So from the stoplights, like I said, the peanut butter and stuff like that. Like I never looked at it, and then they give us a month to remind us because, like you said earlier, you don't remember all these things that happened or what black people actually did.
So when you look at you know, the 1%. So there's only 1% rich, according to statistics, right? That's 1% rich. So how many of those are black people? Right? Now we know at this point in time, it doesn't matter because the black folks that are rich, they ain't doing nothing for our people. But let's just play with numbers, right? So when you look at the numbers, look at all these inventions on here. Look at all these inventions on here that were created by Israelites. And look at how many black billionaires there are. Like, this isn't, these inventions aren't, you know, you pop up and you sell oils in the mall. This is long money. Like generational money. So it's these things, man, that they're not going to tell our people. And this is nothing compared to what has been hidden from us. So yeah, it's a good point to bring this out, but we're going to go into it a little deeper than just the average ironing board. Let me see, the cabinet bed,
napkin pocket,
the keyboard stand,
bathroom tissue holder.
Yeah. Digital toaster.
The railroad switch.
Right.
Electric
right.
Railway toller.
He said napkin pocket. That is on there. The walker, ironing board, bed rack. Like, but where's all the money at?
The train alarm.
Where's all the money at? Who's making all this money off of this? What?
There was a black man actually was responsible for inventing the computer. But he has over like 200 different patents within IBM. And because he worked for that company, they technically own the rights to his invention, so they take responsibility for inventing the computer.
Right.
Money goes back into these big plantations.
Oh yeah, and you go back to your one-bedroom shack, right? Working hard, getting the bare minimum. It's the same thing with Issachar. Same thing. How many Issacharites built, you know, these houses and go right back to a 2-bedroom? Oh yeah. You know what I mean? With all their family, right?
Highways.
Huh?
Highways.
Yeah, they build the highways. You know, but I mean, you can't get mad at them. I mean, really, could you get mad at the white folks?
Are they doing what they can?
I mean, come on, what's gonna happen when we get power? There ain't gonna be. It's gonna be the same thing. So
servitude.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not angry. I get it. You know what I mean? It's their time to rule.
God.
It's the devil's time. So why get upset? Nah, we gotta wake up and understand why we don't have our power. What's up, Bob?
I was gonna say, won't they just be exterminated?
Are they gonna be exterminated? Yeah, after a certain time, they are. You know, so yeah, we supposed to be waking up to how this happened, and that's the point of it. When you go to the heritage, dealing with your household, your wife, your kids, your family, your ancestry, your identity, your historical background is what's supposed to keep us thriving to get better. You know, it's like the bigger picture. A lot of Israelites don't have the bigger picture. And you hear us talk about it now, and we go through scriptures on it all the time. How many brothers and sisters invest 100% into Esau, but when it comes to the spirit, the word, the knowledge, right, they won't invest in the same way you do for America. So it comes back to that slave mentality, that slave mind state. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, I was gonna hit this Genesis chapter 25, verse 31. Because like the brothers are bringing out, like everything that we've done, blacks and Latinos included, and everything that we've been through, for them to just give us 1 month, it's so garbage. Well, read this. Genesis chapter 25, verse 31.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
So we all know this story. We all know the story, and we know what the story is about. Jacob been fighting for that birthright since Jacob was in the womb. Since the twins were in the womb, we were fighting for this birthright. And we've gotten this birthright. We had the birthright. We still have it right now to this day. But think about how easily we give it up. We give it up way too easily. Pretty good, brother. Read verse 32.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
So Esau's finna die, and he's like, what is this birthright worth unto me? Well, we know how Esau is. We know how the white man is. Ain't nothing worth nothing to him. But to us, it should be worth something because we lost it. And not only did we lose it, look at what we've been through since we lost it. We the #1 people incarcerated. We went through slavery. Look at everything that we done built that they took the patent for. We lost our lands, our language, our culture, our history. And we come back in the truth and we're awakened of it and we know who we are and we're gaining back this birthright. But a lot of us, we take it for granted. It's not important to a lot of us. We don't put the effort, we don't put the effort into learning the scriptures and bettering ourselves for our nation that we should. Well, look how hard our father fought for the birthright, man. Keep reading.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
So Esau sold the birthright unto us. The white man sold the kingdom of heaven unto us. Read.
Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage.
And y'all know what it means he sold the kingdom of heaven. He's saying that all these things, it says the earth was promised to this firstborn. Right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? But really, Esau gave it up.
God.
Now we know it was the plan, but they could have had it, right?
God.
Most I wasn't gonna let it happen, but they could have had it, right? God. You know, so you can see that what he's saying about the kingdom of heaven, the power, the rulership, the authority, the dominion, all the greatness, all these things.
Yeah.
They had to do it disgruntledly. They got it now, but look what they got it in. Corruptness, death, destruction, lies, falsehood, bloodshed. They got it in a temporary way. It's not going to last. So that's what he means by kingdom. Go ahead.
God, read.
And he did eat and drank and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
And that's the point I wanted to get to, man, because a lot of us, we know the history and what we've been through and what we're currently still going through as a people. Like we just pull out the signs showing all the inventions that we had as a people that we do not get the credit for. But we get 1 month, Black History Month. But we have all these inventions, we have all these things that we done, we don't get the credit for it. But that last part, read that last part again.
Then Jacob gave Esau pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
So Esau despised his birthright. That was actually the point I wanted. Esau despises his birthright. A lot of us, we act like we despise it. Yeah. When we don't put forth the effort. When we don't want to gather together. We don't want to have unity. We give the Most High bare minimum. Like we despise the birthright. Like we're Esau. Like we're the profane person like him.
Right. Because at this point in time, you know, like, it's time to stop blaming the white man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God.
It's time to stop blaming the white man because they've already did their work. They did their job.
God.
But it's now time for you to do your job. And it's time for you to stand up for righteousness.
God.
So you can't, bro, the white man's not selling you a dime bag. That's old boy next door to you. Your people. Right?
God.
So don't blame it on the white man. We know the white man shifted, he set it up, but he did all this in the past. And he let that spirit fluctuate, right? And history take itself and move through time and everything just fell right in place, right? His little demonic spirit. But do you gotta give in to the crack? Do you gotta give in to the dope? Do you gotta give in to beating your rib? Do you gotta give in to the drinking yourself into oblivion? No, you don't gotta give in to yourself. You don't gotta give into these things, excuse me. But the thing is that you always want to have an excuse. The black man, the Hispanic man, the Israelite man, they got an excuse now. The white man did it. The white man, Khan, he did it, but is he doing it to you now? Is he putting a gun in your head and saying, you gonna celebrate Christmas, nigga? No. You follow the customs, you believe in the lies, right? Man, you ain't gonna have unity. No, he already put it in you. No brotherhood, no love, and you're being bamboozled, right? So now you move with a spirit of what? Watch these niggas. What y'all really about? No matter what place you come into, right?
God.
That's how our people are. You know, when you see a black man, it's almost like this black on black racism. It is. Right, you sit back and you look at him like, this nigga finna rob me.
Looking him up and down.
Don't tell me you ain't walk across the street like the white folks, and then you was thinking the same way white folks think. Like, I'm gonna go on this side because this
nigga don't look right.
He looks shady, right? Why you think like that? You see that? So it's that little logic that has to show you why when you get around brotherhood, why you can't be a brother. When you get around sisterhood, why you can't be a sister. When you learn the bigger picture. Because yeah, we're going through these scriptures and you're going to learn the bigger picture and saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. We're going to rule the world. But guess what? You got Israel like, yeah, that's all good. Let me go right back to slavery mentality. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. What's going on, Doc? None.
Just another day.
Just another day, brother. Fighting to live.
Trying to make it through another day.
Yeah, long as I get bread and meat, you know what I mean? Just going through it. There's no really big picture to a lot of our people. There's only the here and the now. You know? Go ahead.
Give me Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 26 just on that.
Doo-doo.
Oh yeah, because we don't remember. We don't remember who we are. We don't remember the love, the affection that we show towards each other.
Right. And if y'all got any
and your brothers that just came in, if y'all got any questions, raise your hand and then we can touch on anything y'all want to touch on.
I'm gonna have a whole lot of questions.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, we're on a topic now. Did you have any questions before we go further, like outside of the topic? Because we can do that for you. Because, you know, we're always going to get our topics out. But it's rare you might need your questions answered right now. So, do you got any now, or you're saying, you know, as it comes?
I would say I got both. Both of them.
Okay, what you got then?
I would say, for instance, me coming into it and just thinking about it, my niece, Shanae, from just breaking it down to me, and then I went and researched myself. But saying as wise, he would say, in my words, they say the white man, or say the man, basically, in the Bible, I would say brainwash, everything like brainwashing to distract us. And for me, instantly, for me saying I'm not a black African American, it's because it woke me up when I looked us up on YouTube. I looked at the Israelites and looked at us. Our bone, no matter what the color is, our bone structures is nothing nowhere near compared to them nowhere at all. And I look at the Israelites from light skin to where it's like it's all our complexion, everything is the same. And to where to say the black Africans, I don't see myself as a motherlands coming from the Africans. That's just me. And the way I read it up, if I'm not mistaken.
So you don't see yourself as African? Or you don't see yourself as Israelite?
I see myself as Israelite now.
Right, but you don't see yourself as being African.
From where, if what I read up on, if I'm not mistaken, you can tell me if I'm wrong, from what I read up wrong, it's from where we were at first, and they moved us over to Africa, and then at the time doing in Africa, they had their little trade, the little slave trade, and they just mixed us all together and brought us up over here. So now they labeled and titled us as being black African American.
You're right.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. The so-called Negroes in America are not Africans.
Okay.
You come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And I understand from why when I was in Job Corps, why actual Africans don't like us at all.
They don't like
us at all.
They'll tell you a nigga.
They call you a cotton, which is a cotton picker.
Yeah, they call you a cotton picker. It's a whole separate spirit. They're like dark-skinned white folks. That's why they're so dry.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They ain't got no spirit in them. You know the black man ain't got no connection to the Africans. Right. So you're correct on that.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead, keep going. Was that it?
No, that wasn't it. I gotta let it keep on. I have seizures, so I have to I gotta let everything keep coming back into me.
Okay.
I'm gonna
say one more, but I'm gonna leave it short till I figure out. I'll come
What question you have? Gotcha.
Okay. Say for instance, it's only supposed to be one God, right? One Most High in this world, one altogether, just one, not separate. Right or wrong?
There is one Father, yes.
Okay.
There is one Son, yes.
So say for instance, you got the Muslims and say Buddhisms. You got the Muslims and Buddhisms and say Indians or whatever, and say they got their own gods they praise, and that's their God and they praise.
Right.
But for instance, it's only supposed to only be one Most High or whatever. How is it that if you're only supposed to praise Him? How is it that they're getting praised, and just say that if they think they're getting praised and blessed for their blessings from what they're doing, but hold on, bring it back. How is it they seem that they're getting blessed from what they say they do, they rain dances, or they say they praise and they're praising, they think they're getting blessed from it, but when it's only supposed to be one Most High in the world, how is He supposed to be blessing them if you're only supposed to be praising and blessing one God? You get what I'm kind of trying to say? Like,
how are they getting their blessings, are you asking? Are they getting it from the Most High? Are they getting it from Satan?
They think, but like this, they think that they're getting their blessings,
okay,
or whatever, but they're not, because they don't believe in our God, or they don't believe in their God. So, with that being said,
how do they get the stuff they get?
Not in that way.
What
I would say as in, I can't get that out right.
Yeah, because I don't want to assume what you're asking.
We're going to take a note on that right there, and I'm going to let you finish doing what you're doing if I raise my hand.
Okay, yeah. Just reformulate it in a different way, and then I can understand what you're saying, and then we can answer it accordingly.
Okay, we just finish on here.
Okay. Did you have a question, bro? No? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to expound on what you mentioned about that Africans are like black white people.
Black white people.
Because the other day I was like, man, it's cold as outside, and I'm like, how come I usually see white people or Africans, they have on like thong sandals and like shorts.
Right.
You know the little thong sandal with the
deodorant on.
It's like,
granted, yeah, you're right, but really this goes into the spirit of the nation. Because we know dress code, you got some of our people that do that. My brother be doing that. And he ain't African. Like, brother, you got in thong sandals and it's freezing outside. I get what you're saying, but really, remember, we got to show people it's about the different spirit of these individuals. Yeah, you ready?
Okay. All right. And the saying, I like to break everything down is the people when they look at stuff as a label and title. Everything got a label and title to it. It depends on how you accept it and take it. But okay, brought up as people in the Bible brought up as to where you can't wear this and can't wear that. I would say to me in the Bible part, I would say that's the man writing to where and brainwashing to where this is how I want you to guideline and how I want you to do it. And I look at it now, I'm only 30 years old. I look at it now, this society, as the youngsters, like I say, everything is out of control. Like I say, the youngsters are wearing this and wearing this and that. And I look at it as, say, for instance, if you walk by that mannequin and you see that mannequin wearing that skirt or that tutu, whatever it is, that a person feels comfortable to, like, hey, I can wear that. That's because of the man raised us and said that we can wear that. I can wear that if I want to. That's just brought up and saying I can wear that. But I can wear that if I want to because I feel comfortable in that. People say it's gay or whatever, but I feel like I can wear that because that's what I feel comfortable in. They said that we can't wear that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
well, remember this. We got laws. Our customs and how the Most High told us to dress, walk, talk, and act is going to be what separates us from how they walk, talk, and act. It doesn't matter if they feel that way or we feel that way. We're going to know how to correctly walk, talk, act, dress according to the commandments of the Most High. Right? So go to Deuteronomy 6, verse 4.
What was it, 4 and 6? This is your wisdom.
Yeah.
4 and 6.
4 and 6? Okay, go there. Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
God, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6.
let him get it. Let him get it real quick. Deuteronomy 4 verse. You're gonna read verse 5.
Come.
Go ahead and read that. Deuteronomy. You there, brother? Deuteronomy is Genesis, Exodus, Numbers. It's in the beginning. Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, and then Deuteronomy. Yeah, Deuteronomy. You in here? Yeah, Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Somebody, that way he gets it. He's there now, but then you can sit over there. Go ahead, read that.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Behold, I have taught you statutes.
Right, so we got our own statutes. You know how America has their statutes, their rules and regulations. You know, when you drive down the street, you got to stop at the red light. When you park on the curb, it's got to be a certain distance from the curb. They got their statutes and rules. You know what I mean? You can't run water out just out in the street. It's a rule, right? It's certain rules. You can't park in a handicap. These are their statutes, their laws. Well, we got our statutes. You understand? Outside of theirs, that most of all, for the most part, differ from what they do. So these statutes go back to moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, and ceremonial laws. It's totally different from what America has. So it doesn't matter if somebody walks past that mannequin and say, well, I like that. Well, if it's an Israelite, he's supposed to say, I like that based on the true statutes. If he's American, he's probably going to say it based on, I do what I like, I do what I feel, right? Now, yes, there is a different consciousness of America playing the trick, telling you what you can't do, but you can do, but you can't do it, right? That, how do we destroy through that? Or destroy that mindset is coming back to the basic essentials of the scriptures. So the scriptures lay it down and tell us how to act, walk, talk, dress, and be. So these are the statutes. Go ahead.
And judgment.
And what?
And judgment.
Right. So judgments, let's start from the basic judgments of how to, okay, if he runs a red light, the white man tell you, okay, you get a ticket. Well, we got judgments too. There wasn't supposed to be a homosexual in our nation. You wasn't supposed to make the women of Israel whores, right? You weren't supposed to charge your brother usury, right? And what happened when you did? You got the statute, and then you got the judgment. If you make your woman a whore, you was going to be punished. Some of them were death. Some of our judgments were death. Some of them were beatings. See, it's totally different from the scriptures. I mean, excuse me, from the world. The scriptures is different from the world. Their judgments, their statutes. So the only way we can walk past something and be like, and I'm using your example, oh, that's nice, is that if it goes with the judgments of the Most High. If it's a tutu, and I like it, it's wrong. You understand? Yeah, I can't be running around in a tutu. The Most High said that's wicked. You see that? No matter what, if the white man says it's right or wrong, it don't matter what he said. We're supposed to go with what the Most High says. Go ahead.
Come. Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
Go ahead.
That ye should do so in the land, whether ye go to possesses it.
See, everywhere we go and we were supposed to possess the land, wherever kingdom, landmass, we were supposed to do these laws. So right now we're rehearsing the righteous acts, trying to get back there to showing the Most High that we respect his law, statutes, commandments. You see that? So, but we got to come out of the American mind state. I don't care what America says. I'm worrying about what the Most High says. So how do I do that? I got to go through Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, all the way to Revelations and find out what is required of me by the Most High. Go ahead.
Come. Keep therefore and do them.
Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom.
So what was going to make us wise? The laws and judgments the Most High gave us, the commandments. It was going to separate us from the other nations. You see that? And it did for a while as we cling to our laws. But then what happened is that we were, and it's going back to what they're going over, we were submerged around the other nations and mingled so much that their customs outweighed anything we were doing, whether it was through captivity or slavery, us being punishment. Now, all their customs, like right now, you try to stand by the laws, right? And you try to look and say, hey, that you, a man wearing a tutu, is wrong. It ain't no longer that we're going to be looked at as the wisdom. Not in their eyesight. Because why? The earth is totally void of the laws of God. You see that? But we still got to stand by these laws. At one time, we were to be looked up at and say, wow, man, look at these guys. Look at the women. Look at the children. They're totally different from us through the wisdom of the Most High. Go ahead.
And your understanding in the sight of the nations.
See, we were supposed to be wise and understanding when the nations look at us. But it tells you in Lamentations, it tells you, but now when they look at us, they hiss and they wag their head. They're like, psst, look at these niggas. At it again. On YouTube, peeing on their young women. You know what I mean? Beat each other up, jumping each other. You know what I mean? Blunts, drugs, dope, gangs. They like, is this the perfection of beauty? Is this God's people? Like when you say you're a Hebrew Israelite, when you say you're the chosen people of God, they laugh. Why? Because there's nothing separating us from them. There's no standard, no code, no honor, no backbone. See, and that's what he was going over earlier, is that our customs has been wringed out of us to where we're just like an average American. You dress like them, you walk like them, you talk like them, you act like them, you believe like them, you feel like them. Right? Remember when when going to the field part, psychological part, when the white man was the only one jumping out of windows and killing himself with pills? Right? Now it's what? You got black people doing the same way. Because that mind state, that psychological thought process took over our people. And now they starting to think like the white man. Man, the black man, the Mexican man, the Haitian man, the Israelite man went 400 years of captivity and slavery. At one point, we had stronger skin. But now it's like you got black men throwing their babies out the window. You got black women, what? They ain't just leaving them, back then they throw them in the trash, right? Because they want somebody to find them. Now they what? Throw them in the microwave, watch their head pop open. Why? Because now they're like, they learned this from the nation, from the so-called white man. So we don't got nothing separating us now. You got to have the wisdom, this word separates you. Go ahead.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right. You see that? That we were supposed to be looked up at, but now we're not. Go ahead.
God. For what nation is there so great?
Right. You think they're saying that about us, man? No, because you want to be like the white man. You discontinued from your heritage. Not saying you, but you know what I mean. Our people, we discontinued from the heritage and the belief and the desire. So what now? Like even beards. Only reason why a majority of these people is rocking beards is because Rick Ross started the theme and then it got popular. Otherwise, the Hebrew Israelites been wearing beards. Strong black man been wearing beards. Right? But now it's popular. So don't get it twisted. Don't act like, oh, manhood is coming back. No, it's not. Because you got faggots, like full-blooded, branded, home-blown homos with full-blood gangster beards.
They call them teddy bears.
Yeah, they call them teddy bears. Right? But, you see, we got to follow it regardless of what they do. We're going to make sure we separate from what they do. Go ahead.
God. Who hath God so nigh unto them as the Lord our God is
you see what he just said? Whose God is so nigh unto them. That was going to be the difference in showing that the Most High was with us because we follow the law, statutes, commandments. You see that? So it doesn't matter what they think, what they feel, what they do, what they believe, how their ideas. Don't matter. What matters is what the Most High said. And that's how we match it up. Because there's some rules that they got, right? Like thou shalt not kill, right? They follow that, right? Like they teach you, they tell people you don't supposed to kill. That's what rule that matches up. But it's rare. A lot of rules don't match up with the Most High's rules. And even if they tell you don't do it, there's some warped way to get out of it. Like certain things you would just put to death for. Like you got to be destroyed because the Most High wasn't playing with that. You see that? So they don't even know really how to, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal. They don't even know how to abide by these laws righteously. Right? So go from there, go to Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiastes chapter 20.
And I'm just going off of what you're saying about the dress. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the dress part, I was saying, to what the way the size, the way the generations, the young generation is going up to what people say, that's gay, that's gay, what they wearing, this and that.
Right.
But I don't criticize nobody. No, don't come across my path or whatever. I don't criticize nobody. I look at it as the way you can either put in this situation, either where they so drugged up and blinded, or they look at it as where I feel comfortable in wearing that. I can't wear that because growing up is because the way I was brought. They say that's gay. That's made for women and that's made for men. But I see it as other people look at it as well. I feel comfortable. I can rock that, and that's just that. Which I'm not gonna do it. I'm still back to the old school trend. I'm gonna wear what I wear or whatever. But that's just saying that part. But
let me say this on what you're saying here. It doesn't matter what you think, I think, or they think. We're supposed to go back to what the Most High thinks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's where I went to show you that. First of all, it says a spiritual man judgeth all things.
Right.
So to be spiritual, as you come and learn this knowledge, you're not going to condemn judgment, but you are going to analytically assess something. And if I seen a guy with some tights on and his booty showing, right? Because now they make the pants, right? They make them skinny, right? Right. I got some sweats, but I got to get them extra large, or else what happens is if I get them my regular size, then it's gonna silhouette my butt. And me being a grown man, I don't want to have my butt silhouetted. You know what I mean? And pop it out, right? Okay.
I can't wear them because I can't breathe.
You can't breathe.
I can't breathe right. It's not
right.
I can't breathe.
Right. So my point is this, that we know the laws, we know the rules. We can't, you will learn how to judge. But you're right, not in condemning, but you will be able to say, hey, that's not in the laws of the Most High. Here, my brother, let me take you to the laws of the Most High and show you that that's not right. You got to. This is what you're called for. You see that? You're called to be a priest, a king, and being that, you're going to be a judge to be able to show these men, women, children how to live, walk, talk, and act, and dress, yeah.
So from my right or wrong, say the ones that say they haven't got the right knowledge and the words of growing up, they just wear what they want to wear. They do what they want to do. They don't understand the right from the wrong from it.
Right.
And like I said, they just say from the rap and everything, they follow by the peers and all the wrong and the negativity. So that's what they want to wear. I don't look at them wrong. I don't judge them wrong, even though to me, I won't let my kids and I will let them wear those skinny jeans or whatever this and that. If they chose to, but I'm not gonna let them wear that or whatever. That's not right. No skinny jeans, no skirts, and such and forth. But that's just me. That's just
once again, when you get this knowledge, you're gonna understand what is being said. You're gonna understand that you might not judge them to condemnation, but looking at them and being able to tell your brother, it's like this. If you running in the street, right? And you finna get hit by a car, do I supposed to say, you know what? I'm not gonna judge that brother. I'm gonna let him keep running in the middle of the street. No, I'm gonna scream at you and be like, bro, watch out, right? It's not about judging you, it's about what? Saving you. Right, so it's not about judging them, because yeah, you're right. It don't supposed to be about I'm better than thou. But Christ gave us this knowledge to pull your brother from darkness to light. So you will look at them and say, man, like if we got a brother in here and he wore these skinny jeans to the point where his booty was popping out, we gonna pull him to the side and say, listen, You gotta get those pants, man, a little more where they baggy, cause your ass is sticking out. No grown man's booty is supposed to be sticking out like that. We gonna tell somebody. Like if a brother came in here and he came in for a while, we usually let people come and let them learn the Bible first, right? We don't just hit them at the front door. What? Tell me what you're saying.
I would say, can I say the word ass? Can I, in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the butt. We're talking about ass in context.
So like when I see my nephews, when I see them every now and then, like the old police tell me, put your britches up on your ass. Somebody don't want to see that.
Right, exactly. But that's why I said when they come in here, they don't know. Just like right now, you're learning that. Oh, wait a minute, I will be making a judgment call on certain people. Like when they come in, we see the brother, his pants are sagging. But after a certain time, we're gonna be like, hey, when you come around class, you're a Hebrew Israelite. You need to pull your pants up. You see that? Just like eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. We're gonna tell you the law. But it's a commandment of the Most High. All these are laws and rules and regulations that the Most High wants you to carry yourself by. Not us. Remember, this ain't our program. This is the Most High's program. So what does he tell us to do? He says, warn them. Show my people their transgressions. You see that? And sometimes it comes a little hard. Sometimes you got to be like, hey, bro, let me talk to you for a second. Come soft. You see, but eventually you will have to do it as you learn and start correcting yourself. You will see, man, the Most High has changed me. Let me help change this brother, this sister, my family member. That's the way it works. So where you at? Go to Hosea 4 and 6. And just, you were talking about this a little bit. Hosea 4 and 6, real quick. Read that. Somebody.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6.
Go ahead.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
See, that's why they don't know. They don't know because they're destroyed for lack of knowledge. You see that? They don't know how to think. I know it sounds personal, but our people don't know how to think. They don't know how to dress. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to deal emotionally. They don't know how to deal with their wife, their kids. You see that? They might. It's like a child. And you got any kids?
Got two.
How old?
4 and 5.
Okay, when they get a little older, when they get into these teenage years and they get 15, 16, what happens to kids? They swear they know everything. And you're going to look at them and say, you don't even know what you're talking about, right? Same thing the Most High is doing with us. We've learned from a childish society. So when I say we don't know, I really mean that we were raised to think a certain way, but really don't know how to think according to the Most High's laws and commandments. We're destroyed for the knowledge of everything. You see, the white man told us everything wrong. He's backwards. So let's go back through it. How to walk, how to talk, how to dress. And I know a lot of people with a lot of pride, they're like, I'm a man, I know how to talk before I got the Bible. No, you don't. Not to where the level Yahweh Christ wants to take you to. See, we didn't know how to talk. We didn't know how to control our anger. We didn't know how to control our pride, our lust. We got doubtful, right? You know, and we can go through all the different many levels and go through and say, wow, I really didn't know. But the Bible teaches us how to start being a real man, a real woman in Christ. Right? The world is different than Christ. The world is different than the Most High. Okay? So read that.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Right?
I will also reject thee.
So that's what happened. We're destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And not only are we destroyed because we don't have the knowledge, we're destroyed because we don't want the knowledge. You tell that brother, you know, you Hebrew Israelite, man, I'm African American, nigga, get out of my face. They don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? You tell them, oh, put down the pork. Psst, crazy. I've been eating pork all my life. I'm good. You be like, bro, you got to stop smoking the blunts. Man, I get wise when I smoke blunts. Shut up. Right? Bro, you got to stop drinking so much. Man, God gave the vine. Right? It's always something that's against the scriptures and against getting themselves to betterment. Because that's what America taught them. That's what the white man taught them. kill yourself, destroy yourself, break yourself down. That's easy. You can do that easily. Right? 100 ways to roll a blunt, you'll find that online. 100 ways to take care of your wife and your kids, where are you going to find that at? Only in here. Only in here and with wise men. We're rare. Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
Right, he said, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. So we've been rejected on every level. So going back to this dress code and how they dress, how they walk and talk and act. Yeah, we don't judge nobody. We know, like you said, my people destroyed for the lack of knowledge. But what do we have to do? As we get the knowledge, we got to clean them up and show them and say, hey, listen, bro, that's destructive. That's death. We've been lied to. We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled, right? God. We got to tell them like that. And it's not in a negative way, but we got to bring them back to life. You see that? Where are we at? 1 Corinthians?
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31.
Well, 1 Corinthians 7:31. 1 Corinthians 7:31. Go ahead. It's actually, let me help you. Salah. Not Shah. Sa.
Go ahead for the correction, because I've been saying Shah for the long. Salakia. Salakia. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it.
You see that? So the thing is that we not only abuse the world, we are one with the world. And the world what? Abuses us. Right? The black man has became part of this society. So how to dress, we're supposed to be having our fringes. We're supposed to be having the laws. We're supposed to be having our beard. We're supposed to be having and thinking and acting like the Most High said act. So all these things got to go away. All these things that America taught us. But it's going to happen. It takes time. Go ahead.
For the fashion of this world passeth away.
For the fashion of this world passeth away. So you see that? The fashion. What fashion? Every fashion. Every fashion of the world passeth away. The clothes, how they talk, that's their fashion. How they walk, that's their fashion. We're the new fashion. And we bring in the new swag, the holy swag to everybody. And that's what we're doing with the fringes and the clothes. And regardless, we're putting our flavor on them.
I had somebody today, I was at the registration office. And you see my friend, he's like, dang, what's that right there? He's like, I like that. That's that new, he didn't say sauce. What do you say, man? Drip. Nah, he didn't say he's old school, man. He was like, nah, he likes it though, it's different.
Right.
But the thing about it that it stands out though, but that's what we were.
Yeah. So, but that goes to our thoughts, and then we're walking and acting. Yeah.
I just this old Edomite lady at my building, at my job. She's like an old Edomite lady. She always comes to me and say, "Oh, I just love your hair."
Right.
My braids not even braided. And
right.
But most people will say like, this girl at my job told me, "We like you homeless, you need to
right.
taper or something like that."
Well, they know that's that old get out spirit. You know what I mean? That's that old get out spirit where she's looking at your chocolate West Indian skin, your Nubian hair. That's how they think about it. That Negro hair, and they want that. They looking at you like, wow, he'd be a good piece in my house. You know what I mean? What like they look at your hair, they see, man, I wish I had that hair. You know what I mean? So, but you get that, right? I know we're just talking, just trying to add a little bit to your thoughts behind the scriptures, so you can start saying, okay, this is the way the scriptures say, as opposed to how I'm thinking or how you're thinking. All right. So, did you have anything else on that?
Good for right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is what you ask is still with the class, because the heritage in all these things. How to dress, walk, talk, act, raise our family, speak to our kids, our wife, our family, our households, our brothers, our sisters. That's what they're going into tonight, about how that our true heritage has been stripped from us. So go ahead, where you left off at.
Go to Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 17:4 is just showing that you know, we're coming back. We're awakening to who we are and who we were, man. We're still those same people. We just got a little bit of amnesia, you know, or what do they call it? Not amnesia. What's the one that you forget constantly?
Or rather, it's the one where you start loving your slave master.
Yeah, all that.
Stockholm syndrome.
Right, you just got a tad of Stockholm syndrome there, and you got to come out of that slave mind, that slave mentality.
Right.
You know, that's what it is. We got to start hating the slave mentality. Go ahead.
Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Read.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage.
That's exactly what happened. It was discontinued from the strength, from our laws, our commandments, from our wearing the fringes, us being around as a body, the brothers, the sisters, the communities. We don't know that. All we know now is just the barrios, man. We know about me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
How to support me and my family. Not the next man. You know what? I got a couple extra boxes of snacks. You know what? I know this brother next door is having a rough time. Let me drop something off to him.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't think like that. See, but back in the old day, that's how we used to think. Keep reading.
That I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
And that's exactly what's going on. We're serving our enemies right now. That's why it says we were mingled amongst the heathens. Think about it. White folks. They are our enemies, man. They've been killing us, just like Toby. They beat Toby, or they beat, what's his name? Kuta Kinte. They beat Kuta Kinte so bad, he changed his whole name up. Toby. I'm going to forget everything. I'm going to forget who I am. Mm-hmm. But that's what our enemies did. Read.
Can I go back, just adding with that? Because we were on it. That's why I said his question kind of flowed right with your class. Go back to Hosea 4 and 6. In that second part, it says that thou shalt be no priest. Start from there.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
Right. So when it says we discontinued our heritage, meaning that where's the priestly spirit behind anything and everything we do? It's not there. It's been stripped out of us. The natural love and affection for our brother, our sister, you know, the natural desire. No, the so-called white man has put a greedy, selfish spirit on you. It's put a greedy, self-indulgent, lustful, hateful spirit towards your own people. Yep. See, so when you talk about discontinuing from our heritage, what part of the heritage? I mean, where do we start from? Is it the love for your wife? Right? The natural affection for your children? The natural affection for your brother or your sister? Right? To actually say, oh, she's just not a piece of meat. Like, we have to remind, when we counsel a lot, we have to remind brothers, this is still an Israelite woman. They get into this, oh, she's my rib, she's my wife, and they forget she's still a sister, though. So you still got to treat her with that same respect and love as an Israelite. Before she's your meat, right? Bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh. She's just an Israelite. You see that? And that's the same thing with the sisters, that they don't understand that that's still an Israelite man, right? You notice those black power movements, right? Where they say, my queen, and she come back and be like, my king, right? Yes, some Israelites do it and say it. But, you know, it's prevalent more in the Black Panther movements. They're like, my black queen or my black king, right? You know, not saying they believe it, because they still act foolish. But really that idea of like how you treat your brother and your sister, that's been stripped from you. That's what you've been discontinued from, because you don't got that priestly spirit in you no more. You got the beastly spirit, the thug mentality. You know what I mean? You went in the ghettos and the slums and they what? You got thug life tatted on my chest, right? So now you're thinking like, Israelite, nigga, I'm a killer. No, damn well you ain't killed nobody. You got jumped a few times. You shot your gun scarily. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anybody can do that. My son can do that. You ain't a killer. Like, think about the average killers. I could drive by, shoot somebody, and just, you can run from that. That ain't no killer. You know what a real killer is? Someone that's up close and personal with a blade and that's like to do the work.
God.
You know what I mean? That, yeah, they look at you and like, you know, pulling up the blade slow. That's a real murderer. Like, not no nigga that just shoots out of his car and then figure like, nigga, I'm a killer. No, you're not. You scared as hell. You're scary.
God.
That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? I don't care how many guys you drive by shoot or how many people you jumped and had to shoot. You ain't no killer to me. Anybody scared can shoot a gun.
God.
Right?
God.
But that's different from a murderer than me. A murderer is the one that sit there and he's looking at you while the blade is in. Or raping your corpse or something like that. That's a murderer. You see that?
God.
But, go ahead.
And to answer that, but the drive-by shooting, like you said, scared, you don't even know if we done killed to handle the situation.
Yeah, you just shoot it randomly. You know, but my point is that this hood thug mentality, you've adopted that. You haven't adopted the strength and power of a real man. Well, look at the fights the black man and Hispanic man get in. It's always them jumping somebody. That's weak to me. Like, why you can't go one-on-one? Why? Because they get beat down and then their ego be crushed. Then they come back, you know what? You beat me down, now I got to shoot you.
God.
The black man don't know strength no more. They don't know power. You like the white man. Right? You got to go get what? So, sir, we got 2 black guys. Send 50 of us, please. Right out. Right? 50 cop cars got to pull up. Why? Because they're scared. But they inbred that type of spirit in us, and you don't got no backbone no more. You don't got no strength, no honor. There's no more priest to us. Go ahead.
See, thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
See, but why? We forgot the law of the Most High. That was our heritage. The laws, the commandments, the statutes. That was going to bring us strength and honor. And for the people to look at us with, man, and say, wow, this is a wise and understanding people. But we don't got no heritage. You know, they try to mix in their Kwanzaa. Right. So you're gonna make something up. What is Kwanzaa? It's African. Yeah. Yeah, you try to throw that in there. They ain't got nothing to do with us. You know, we're going to give you something you can adapt to or like. That ain't even our heritage. Right? So you got to see these things, man, that while the Most High said we're discontinued, it goes in all levels. I mean, if we were to start pointing just one specific thing out each class, we can go over the 3 hours of just how you discontinue your heritage learning about your family. How you discontinue from your heritage learning about love and brotherhood. See, but all these things were learned in the laws when we come back. So now we're learning what it is to be a brother. Like he said, to have charity. You see your brother in need, let me go ahead and be there for him. You see your sister in need, let me go there and be there for you. Not like, well, nigga, that's you by yourself. You got to get it how I got it. You see that? That's the code. That's what America taught us, right? That's why the brothers is bringing out how we discontinue from our heritage. It starts from the first one. The first main one, which is love. We got no love of the brothers. We got no love for our people. Right? Go ahead and finish that and let them jump back.
I will also forget thy children.
Right? You see that? So what happens? You forget your brother, and your brother, your sister, the average people amongst you, and your children see that, and guess what they do? Okay, his eye is evil towards his brother, so my eye is evil. I ain't got no love for them either. And it just keeps going. It's a cycle. You teach your kids now how to have any love, any unity, any respect, any honor, right? It's no more. We discontinue from the heritage. Go ahead.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me.
Right, so go ahead and jump back.
Jump to Isaiah chapter 5, verse 3. I mean, not 5, verse 3, 5, verse 12. Just on that point, too, man, showing how, you know, because we don't have any knowledge of the Most High no more, how the Most High has rejected us. And that's why our people won't rise. Our people have no unity. We don't have anything. But read that. Verse 12.
Come. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 12. In the harp, in the viol, in the tamarind, in pipe.
All musical instruments, right? So our people is in this lowest state. Our people, let's pull that out. Our people's in the lowest state. Our people's destroyed, but our people's still partying. Like, I'm from Jamaica. All they do is make music about partying. Everything's a party. Everything's twerking. But look at the state that we're in. Read.
And wine are in their feasts.
Read.
But they regard not the work of the Lord.
See, we don't even think about the Most High. The Most High is like the last thing in our mind. The only time we think about the Most High is like when we're in a situation where it's like, damn, we done messed up. I'm finna, something bad finna happen to me. Let me call on him.
Tyrese gets shot.
Yeah.
Right?
That's when
right. That's when you want to call out a God. You want to talk about the black movement. Right?
It's not. The Most High is the last thing on our mind.
Right. So,
or when Sunday comes around, that's when we think about the Most High. But see, our heritage.
Really just for the food, though. Because you want to go to church and eat.
Right. Trying to get the donuts.
You want to go to the concert. You want to see them dancing. You want to hear the chorus.
Listen, now you want to see him twerking in church.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow.
It's real.
Yeah, I seen that. Twerking for the Lord.
Twerk for Jesus.
It's crazy, man. But yeah, man, listen, I seen a pastor in the strip club throwing your tithes. But see, that's how we discontinue from our heritage, man. The Most High is our heritage. Everything we wake up in the morning, we supposed to say a prayer. We supposed to set our minds right. The Most High should be the first thing that we think about daily, every day. But instead, what do we think about? When you read the very top of the scripture, it says the harp, the viol, the tabret, the pipe, the wine, the feast. We think about having a good time, but we're not in, we're in captivity, man. We in slavery. We all working 9 to 5 jobs. We all making minimum wage. We don't got it. Why are we thinking about partying and dancing and getting drunk, getting high? Like, now is not the time. Read that second precept again.
God. But they regard not the work of the Lord.
Yeah, we regard not the work of the Lord. We don't even consider that the Most High is the one that brings high and brings low. He's the one that has us in the lowest state. He's the one that put us in slavery.
That's cold.
We don't even think about it. Read.
And neither consider the operation of his hand.
The Most High is the one that directs our paths, directs our steps. You ever wonder, you running late and you went the wrong way? You're like, man, I was already running late and I just went the wrong way. Now I'm in traffic. You never knew. Maybe the Most High was like, maybe you didn't know that you probably would have gotten to this accident because you're running late. You finna run this red light. The Most High is the one that directs our paths, man. Read.
God. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
Read that part again.
Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
So because we do not regard the Most High, that's why we're in captivity. That's why, you know, I always wondered before I learned about the truth. Man, like, if Most High is love, if God is love, Jesus is love, why did he put us in slavery? Why did he put us in slavery?
For not abiding by the laws and statutes.
There you go. We don't regard, we don't think about him. When the Most High is our heritage, he gave us everything. He gave, think about it, man. It's a miracle that we're not destroyed right now in America. Yeah. Everything that they've done to the black and Latino man, to the Native American man, everything, it's a miracle that we're still standing. It's a miracle that we're still moving. We're still growing. Read.
God. Because they have no knowledge.
Yeah, we have no knowledge of the Most High. Read.
And their honorable men are famished.
Yeah, the men that should have been honorable are elders, the older men. It says they're what?
Famished.
But why are they famished? Because they don't have anything worth honoring. They're not the elders that can sit us down and tell us about wisdom, tell us how to raise our family,
Right.
show us how to raise our kids. Listen, my first sack, my uncle gave it to me. He's supposed to be the honorable man. But the first time I got some weed was my uncle. My uncle's the one that put that weed demon on me.
Oh, you see that all the time in the movies. They sitting on the front porch, and what they do, they get the little kid, they give him the liquor, or they pass him the blunt. You go to YouTube, you see them smoking cigarettes or getting high, blowing it in the kid's face. Yeah, like But that's their heritage. That's what we've been reduced to. You're the blunt nation. Like, I'm telling y'all, every time I go to the basketball court, everybody in there, like, smell like blunts coming to the court. It's like, why? Because their ideal to function and how to move and how to make it to the next day is what, not the Most High. It's with a blunt.
You know what's crazy, man? With this generation and what I'm seeing right now, you got the Migos, right? And what's the Migos' big thing? Culture.
Yeah.
The Migos talk about culture a lot.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of artists right now, and not just artists, but just black celebrities, they talk about culture.
Yeah, the culture's the new word for hip hop. Hip hop means black people and lifestyle, the lifestyle of black people. Culture means the same thing.
So when you see like the culture,
yeah,
when you the things that they're promoting for our culture,
right? Niggerism.
Yeah.
Niggerism.
And bro, when we read down
from the root word nigger. Niggerdom. Yeah, it's madness. It's foolishness.
Today in niggerdom.
Yeah, that's what it is. And our people really believe in that idea. They believe in this word culture, and it's from your drip, how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, and how you act. Yeah. And what it's funny, because remember I just said it? The same thing the brother was asking about is really we are changing that culture. Like we're showing these men how not to dress like women. We're showing these women how not to dress like men. We're bringing them back into that feminine culture, the real heritage, the real culture. But there's a battle there. There's a battle with the average thug, sleepy, blunted out mentality. We're battling against that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And their multitude dried up with thirst.
Yeah, the majority of our people, man, we're thirsty, but it's not that thirst of water.
Oh yeah.
It's that thirst of wisdom. It's that thirst of wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. Our people don't got it, man.
Yeah.
They're thirsty.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of people, man, a lot of our people, they're looking for something. They're always looking. They don't know what they're looking for, but they're looking for something.
Yeah.
So when they do find the knowledge, when they do see it, they want to come back to it. Well, read verse 14.
Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself.
And look, man, every time you go to the projects, the hoods, the ghettos, the slums, that's hell, man.
Hell on earth.
It's hell to be making. Listen, man, it's hell to be working, and you touch over thousands of dollars every day on this cash register, and you're only getting paid $7.25. You made what you gonna get paid for the week or for 2 weeks in like 30 minutes, but you gotta keep working.
That's hell.
That's hell. Because guess what? The master that's not doing nothing. He's the one that's reaping the benefits. It's hell, man. But when we read verse 12, it talks about the music and the wine and the feast. Through all that, we're still partying. We don't think about them side. We have no regard. What you was gonna say, brother?
Can you kind of break that down? Would you start it off, break that down, or repeat that again? Like when you started off, can you break that down?
Verse 14.
What part?
Like after he read and then you fed back on it. I want to read I want to hear your feedback.
Verse 14.
Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself.
So when we was reading from 12 to 13, it talks about how 12 started off with the music, the wine, the feast, and how we're not considering the Most High in nothing that we do. And then verse 13 talks about because we don't have the knowledge of the Most High, we went into captivity. We went into slavery. And we're famished. We're lacking. So verse 14 is telling you that therefore hell hath enlarged itself.
Right, because we're lacking because we didn't trust in the Most High and trust in the music and the partying. Therefore, now you are in hellish conditions. So hell, like, think about it. All these rap stars, movie stars, where they move to?
Hollywood.
They move to Hollywood. You still going in the ghettos, that's still what? Hell. So they're funneling the ignorance to our communities. Hell is still there. It ain't leaving. It ain't getting better. Right? You see that? Go ahead.
And then even with that too, it's leading us to the spiritual hell as well. Because you got both. You got the physical hell, like being locked up in jail. But then you got the spiritual hell, which if we don't change, if we don't start considering the Most High and getting the knowledge in, that's where we headed. Go ahead.
God. And opened her mouth without measure.
Yeah, man. Hell's gonna eat a lot of our people up. A lot of our people are not gonna be saved, man. A lot of our people not gonna make it. Read.
God. And their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp.
So their glory, their multitude, and their pomp. Those things that we take enjoyment in, that's not the Most High. The things that we glory in. Because we glory in as a people, we glory in strip clubs. We glory in selling dope. We glory in killing our own people, bringing our own people down. When we see somebody rise up, we ain't even happy for them. So we glory in a lot of things that's not with the Most High. That's why it says that all that, the glory, the multitude, the pomp, read.
And he that rejoiceth.
And the people that like those things, the people that rejoice in those things, it's like that 50 Cent song, man, when he says, I'm the man. He said, preacher man coming. He's like, he told him to keep walking. He's like, I'm not trying to hear it, keep walking. The preacher man trying to tell him something good. But he's like, I don't want to hear it, keep walking. Yeah. I'm going to put the powder in the pot, whip it till I pull off the lot. See, 50 Cent rathers. I know my rap game is trash.
No, that was actually clear.
That wasn't right. I'll be getting booted though.
Listen, it's trash that they be talking. You know what I mean? Because the lyrics, it don't make sense. But like you're pointing out, is they're going to lead you right into hell with that mentality, the mind state. Not only in the spiritual hell, they'll lead you right into hell on earth. Because how many people come back from 5-6 shots? Like everybody ain't 50 Cent. You know what I mean? So, and I'm saying that to say the Most High have mercy on him. Like, but he ain't showing them like, hey, the Most High is merciful. Yeah. Count your blessings, right? He's telling them, continue to whip it, right?
I see it as they promote drugs. They promote the entertainment. They promote the drugs and the badness. Ooh, it's in my head. I can't get it out right. I see it as, say, some of the rappers I mess with that say inspirational and lyrical wise and not negativity, but the ones that's positive, but the ones that's more negative, they influencing and always talking about they influencing advertising dope wise and dope game and this and that, and that's why they say the young society they look up to them and look up to them as they on guard and inspiration or whatever they look up to. That's all they know. That's all it is. That's all they know. And
right, because that's all they listen to. You know what I mean? If they listen to, when they were raised, if they listen to Mozart or Beethoven, that concept can't take hold of their mind. But what happens is from their youth, they're given to that. So when they're raised up, they're seeing that, he listening to that, right? He's popping to that 50, that whoever the hell it was, Eminem or whoever it was, right? And then when they get older, bam, they start listening to Future. So it's the culture. It's right what brothers are saying, the heritage. It's their heritage. They left from wisdom and understanding and they went into the pits of hell. That's what they identify with, death. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to hear what y'all saying. I'm on this death theme. What is death? Like nigga, I can't hear you, death. And then I'm going to be put to death because every avenue that I use to get by is a way that's going to lead me back to death. Yeah.
It's just reminded me like in Wisdom of Solomon, they thought to make it their friend, but their end is death.
Yeah, they thought to make it their friend. You're right. Come.
I was gonna say, even with a heritage, it's like Scripture said, the earth is completely turned upside down, it's out of course.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, music puts demons on you. Back in biblical times with King David and King Saul, they used music to take demons off of you.
Right.
So it's like it's just the whole heritage is like it's just distorted.
Yeah. Shai always talks about that Satan. This is Satan's music. Rap, all that. If it's not talking about the spirit, which, listen, even some of these conscious rappers, they try to take you, they don't take you. Remember when Nas was so-called conscious? But then you go back and you really listen to his, it wasn't conscious. Like his rap wasn't conscious. Like go back and listen to it. After you get this wisdom, you realize, nah, he's just talking a little more eloquent than the thugs, right? That's all it is, man. It's it all. If they speak not according to this law, it is because there is no light in them. Isaiah 8:20. Right?
Absolutely.
Sister Mary, chill out back there.
Yeah, finish that, brother.
My apologies.
No, I'm not talking to you. I go to Sister Mary, but calm down back there, Sister Mary. Go ahead.
And he that rejoiceth shall descend into it.
Yeah, so all those people that's rejoicing, that's not considering the Most High, not considering the language. It says that hell opened her mouth large. And you know, everybody that's rejoicing, everybody that glories in it, that's where they're going. But that's what they set our heritage for now. They removed the Most High from us. Right. So now they made our heritage hell. They made our heritage Satan. And our people love that, man. And that's, unfortunately, that's where a lot of our people's headed.
Yeah.
Give me a Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 21, just on that point. Because we're going to go deeper and see what we learned from these heathens, man. What we learned from these other nations that took us away from the power of our, that took us away from our power. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 and verse 21, just to see the traits, the attributes, and the ignorances that we picked up and wickedness that we picked up from these nations. That was never supposed to be instilled into the Hebrew Israelite. Read where you at.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the world.
Because it did deceive, man. Whenever you start reading about the Hellenistic, the Greeks, when they start coming in and destroying cultures. I'm going to read something just real quick. This comes from, it's the Jews in the time of Jesus, all right, by Stephen M. Weiland. This is page 32. It says, Hellenism caused a great extinction of cultures which the Jews miraculously survived. But it's showing that the Greeks were destroying everybody, man. They were being extremely impersonable or putting their ways on people. All right? It says, it seems that the Jews were protected from their disappearance by their exclusive worship of a single God. But this is what it says. It says, the Jews' devotion to their unique practice protected them from their assimilation. You know, but obviously, as you see, we've gone deeper and deeper into captivity. But we've learned from these nations. And these are some of the things that we learned and picked up. Read where you at.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 21, second precept. For men serving either calamity or tyranny.
That's exactly what he did. Calamity or tyranny. Read.
Did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name.
Read.
Moreover, this was not enough for them.
Yeah, this wasn't enough for us, man. We started to go away from the Most High. And that's why our heritage, we lost it. Read.
That they erred in the knowledge of Yahweh.
Oh yeah, we started learning from everybody else. Picking up their customs, their way of doing things. Oh, this is how you raise a family? Checkmate, let's do it just like that. Oh, that's how you get your wife in correction? Let me backhand it like that. Bah! They erred from the knowledge of the Most High. Read.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance.
Yeah, we lived in ignorance, man. We lived in not knowing who and what we were. We lived by the knowledge of the heathens. Read. Read.
Those so great plagues called they peace.
Where you at?
Verse 22.
Come on.
That was last precept. 23. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices.
We did what?
Slew their children in sacrifices.
Yeah, think about what we do now. You may not be literally killing your child, but what are you having them listening to, man? You're killing their spirit. You know what I'm saying? How are you raising them up to? What statutes and laws? And that was the beautiful thing about having statutes and judgments, man. Because we could teach our children how to, their foundation to stand upon. So that they understand when they see a boy wearing girl pants that, oh, that ain't right. Rather than being like, you know what? I like that. You know, like right now, when you deal with psychology in colleges, they talk about gender identification, right? And you have a lot of parents that will allow their children to do what they want to. Let's say you have a baby daughter, right? Baby girl. She got her dolls. But you see the boy trying to play with the dolls and trying to put on the doll clothes. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to let him just do what he wants to do. According to the Bible, that's incorrect. But that's what the world does. Keep reading.
Or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites.
Yeah, all types of secret ceremonies. Masons, you know, or whatever other practices that these fraternities do. Listen, everybody in college that does this Greek fraternity, man, is serving other guys, man. They put Greek writings on their body. Yeah. Come on, man. That's not your God. That's not your people. That came from the white man. Read.
24. They kept neither lives nor marriage and any longer undefiled.
They didn't do what?
They kept neither lives nor marriage any longer undefiled.
Yeah, man, we was doing as we pleased. We didn't keep marriages. We were defiling the bed. Whatever was going on, the wickedness that we picked up.
Right, like they do now. Everybody believes that you're not married till you get a piece of paper. So now marriage is not honorable no more. They believe unless you got a ring on my finger, I ain't married. They're not knowing that when you lay with that person, that's marriage. So all these heathenistic customs we learned from the nations, right? They don't honor marriage. Man, they don't honor. We were talking about the other day about kids divorcing the parents. What is
right, yeah, kids divorcing the parents.
Yeah, what is it called? Emancipating, right? Like, that's a white man. Like, think about it. Tell a black kid you can leave your parents when your parents ain't kick you out yet. No, man, you get beat the blood out of you. But what happens is these are Hellenistic customs. You know, and that word Hellenist goes way back. It's an indoctrination of Greek theology and thinking. And that's what you believe. You think, oh yeah, you got that. She got the right. He got the right. If they want to go do what they want to do, that's on them. No, they ain't got no right. The right is given by the Most High. Right? If he says it's off and it's wrong, there is no other right. You can make it up. But according to the Most High, it's wrong. You see that? So this is what these customs were doing. Taking us out of our natural way. Now, you think natural is confused. They call evil good and good evil. Right? Go ahead.
But either one slew another traitorously.
They did what?
Slew another traitorously.
Yeah, traitorously, man. We killing each other. My next neighbor just got murked by another black brother. We got shot in the head. He was selling dope, but still. The Most High sent that spirit out. But still, our people kill each other for nothing, man. For looking at them wrong, cutting them off. Yeah, I had a brother there, looked like he just wanted to shoot me because I was in the right lane. And he had, he was all the way out the speed. I don't know what was going on with him, but still. He was looking crazy, but think about the small things, man. And we ready to snap on brothers about. We're ready, listen, a brother may say something out of the spirit to me, now you ready to just disown him. You don't want to love your brother no more, man. We learned that from these heathens, man, from the white man. No love, no unity, no brotherhood. Read. Yeah.
Or grieve them by adultery.
Come on, by adultery. Read.
So that their reign in all men.
Hold on. You got to touch on that one, because when he grieved them by adultery, y'all are reading the customs of the heathen. Now look at these same ideas in our culture today.
Oh, it's glorified.
Like, it's glorified to, pass her, let him hit it. Look at the rap game. All the rappers, movie stars, and ball players, all they do is pass these women around. Pass these women around until one actually says, you know what, I'm in love with a stripper, marries her, holds her down for a few years, and then realize that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, and then he leaves her, and then what? They pass her right back around.
21 Savage, Amber Rose.
Yeah. And Amber Rose, she's been through how many ball players? How many rappers?
Wiz Khalifa.
Right.
Steph. Oh yeah,
Kanye. Yeah, what's her name?
James Harden too.
Yeah, James Harden. Yeah.
Amber Rose.
Yeah, she been through there, but that's the culture. Adultery. Where do we get this from? The Greco-Roman Empire. That's how they live. She's everybody's friend, B. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. How can I put this?
Yeah.
The saying is people growing up saying from how they heard from back in the day, you can't change a hoe into a housewife, or they say a dope fiend, a crackhead, or whatever we gonna say, a dope fiend can't turn it to like right. Me and this is me the way I see it as. You can. Just say for instance, she came from just say she came from Florida and she been ran through her whole life or whatever. She been ran through her. She moved to Texas and now she done got tired of getting ran through and now she want to try to live a life faithful. And hey, the rest of her life she just with that one man and that's just that. To me, in my way of wording that or whatever, stuff can happen and stuff can change. Yeah, she was a hoe. She is still labeled as that. She did that her whole life, but now she can't change. It was a different environment, and now she just under one man faithful, and she doing what she got to do.
Yeah.
And then another part, I got a sister. She used to be a crackhead and a prostitute, and living under the bridge, teeth gone out, everything, whatever, 10 years strong, whatever, living under the bridge. And now she 8 years strong, don't touch no cigarettes, no dope, don't do nothing on nothing, period. And she married, and she own a manager at a Sonic.
It can happen.
You know what I'm saying?
But it can happen.
I put in people's head, don't go by them rituals and all that stuff. Don't go by them labels and stuff like that. Live your life and let it go and let it happen. You don't want to just be saying, man, I don't want to mess with that girl right there because she messed with him. That don't mean nothing. You don't know who she messed with 1,000 times before. Just because she messed with him, you don't want to mess with her now. You can't just go by life like that. You just live your life. Like, did I put it out there kind of how I want to?
No, you're right, and hopefully you do understand what we're saying when we speak in that context of the whore and the whole and the adultery. It's showing you that, first of all, we're in this situation first because we disobey the commandments. We're following the heathens. You understand? But the scriptures tell you're going to deal with them. Like, that's what our wives are. Y'all know what I mean. Meaning that unless you got a virgin, your woman in the ancient days will be looked as a harlot. You understand? So, yes, we all are supposed to understand that our sisters, our brothers can come back from the dark side. That's why we're here with this knowledge, right? To show them how, listen, you can turn from the dope life, crackhead life, stripper life, drug life, death to light. Yeah, you can. But, we're touching on the perspective of, like, what got us in here, in this mind state, in this situation in the first place. That's the perspective he's coming in, is showing that we got in this life because we're following heathenistic customs. Right? Go to Psalms 106, 35, real quick. And then we'll jump back to it because we're kind of saying the same thing. It's just, we're just trying to show that the reason why we're in the ghettos and the slums, man, Isaiah was perfect. The reason why we're in this hellish condition is because we left off from the commandments of the Most High. Psalms 106, verse 35. Somebody read that.
Got it. Come on.
Go ahead. Just to bring it back around to show why, he's in Wisdom of Solomon.
Yes, sir.
In Wisdom of Solomon is showing us these were heathenistic practices. That's not us. Like, we would have never partook in that if we would have followed the Most High. We wouldn't be talking about our people are crackheads, dope heads, whores. And listen, this street right here, go down this street. Y'all know what this is? Yeah, this is nothing but our people though. And it's our people though. It's Israelite women all on this street selling their body by probably some wicked Israelite man. You understand? So, why though? Read that.
Psalms 106, 35.
Go ahead.
But we were mingled among the heathen.
Right.
And learned their work.
That's why. That's why he's showing you in Wisdom of Solomon where all these things come from. We learned the heathen's work. This ain't the Most High's work. The Most High didn't want us whores, adulterers, murderers, drug dealers, dope heads, rappers, shucking and diving on TV for the white man. He didn't want that. I know you're saying, well, so I can't be an actor. You think the Most High wanted you to be a jester? Why you want to be a jester instead of a king? But that's how we look at it. We're like, well, it's a job, it's money. But just really think about it. He didn't want you to be that. He wanted you to rule the earth. But we settled. I'm going to give you the earth. No, nigga, I just got this block. It ain't your block. When the cops pull up, what happens?
Scatter like roaches.
You scatter like cockroaches, right? It's not your block. We have a hedonistic mind state, and we settle for the crumbs. We settle for death and horror or whoredom and adultery. Watch, read it again. Psalms 106:35.
But we were mingled among the heathen.
Go ahead.
And learned their works.
And learned their works. This is their works. They were into all this madness, man. Idolatry. Oh, that's my idol, man. MJ. Oh, that's my. When I grew up, I gotta shoot I want to be just. I want to be just like MJ.
Oh.
I don't want to be like Yahweh Shai. They're not saying I don't want to be like the Most High, David, Solomon, Ezekiel, Isaiah. They want to be like who? Man, Will Smith. When I get older, I want to be like him. Like what? A switch hitter? You know what I mean? That's what you want to be like? Man, I look up to Snoop. That nigga, man, he made it from the bottom. Living my best life, right? You want to be like Snoop Dogg? Really? Really, like Snoop? First of all, he got off of murder, right? He's teaching his kids online to get high. Oh, because he runs a football team. He's wholesome. He runs a football league. Now he's wholesome? No. Listen, first of all men is corrupt. We're supposed to be wanting to be like the Most High. Wanting to be like Christ. Go ahead. No, don't sit down. If you read, please. Go ahead, read. Read on.
And they serve their idols.
Right. That's going back to Wisdom of Solomon. They serve their idols. You serving every other. Remember, you might not be serving a wooden stone or a rock, but what do you look up to more than the Creator?
What ideology?
What ideology, right. Go ahead.
Which were a snare unto them.
And that's the trap. The trap is you serving and wanting to be everything else except what the Creator called you to be. Ye are gods. Nah, nigga, I don't want to be no God. All I want to be is a drug dealer. I want to be a rapper. No, I'm going to give you the world. No. I don't want the world. I just want a big screen TV, a blunt, a 40, and a big booty. I'm good. That's all we settle for, the carnal things. Because right now, after working 10 jobs, working hard, man, that right there is you living your best life, right? You know, you got your whole teeth is gold, glaciers. You got some jewelry, like you got some brand new shoes. That's why when you look at the Migos, they're like Uncle Tom niggas, man.
Clowns.
It's like we're living our best life, right? Doing what? Being bare minimum. We don't want the block. We want the world. You know what I mean? We don't want the brand new car with the rims. We want chariots. The Most High is going to give us chariots to go interstellar, in and out of the earth. See? Go ahead.
It's like I want that thing that was flying on Wakanda.
Right.
That was slicing through the clouds.
Right.
Oh, I got Isaiah 52. I think I should throw it right there. All right, somebody give me Isaiah chapter 52, verse 3. Just on the point that the brother was just making. Go ahead.
For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught.
Yeah, man, we sold ourselves for nothing. For some carnal possessions, for gold,
right,
jewelry,
right,
some clout that they call it now,
right,
some status.
Right.
That's what we sell ourselves for, man. We sell ourselves over literally nothing, especially when you consider that we have the birthright of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Like the Most High chose us. We have the kingdom of heaven to look forward to. But we sold out. Yep. Just like Esau sold out for one morsel of meat. We sold out for a grill, for some gold chains, for some 15 minutes of fame. Like I look at that,
a white chick with fake booty.
Dude.
A white chick with fake booty, fake breasts.
Everything. Like Travis Scott.
Right.
Like Travis Scott. He sold out for all that. You know,
fish lips.
I look at like that rapper, man, that Latino rapper, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, yeah.
Like, look what he sold out for. Face tatted up, his hair is rainbow colored, but look, his career is already over. Just like that.
They're trying to get him life.
They trying to give him life. He's not. He can't get sentenced for another year. So he might be in jail for a whole year until they sentence him.
And he's a kid. That dude's like maybe about 20, if that.
No more than 22. And it's already over for him. But that's what he sold his whole life out for. But see, read from the top, verse 3.
Verse 3. For thus said the Lord, ye have sold your souls for naught.
Yeah, we sold our heritage, everything. We sold our own heritage for 1 month. February, the month of February, Black History Month. That's what we sold out for. Read.
And ye shall be redeemed without money.
And that's the good thing is. That's what the good thing is that the Most High is merciful, He's tender, and He forgives, man. So He's gonna redeem us without money. Most High don't need no money to redeem us. We need money, but He gonna redeem us with what? Wisdom. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, man. The wisdom and knowledge of the Most High is what's gonna get us back on track.
God.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go back. You had something?
Yeah, this reminds me of the Proverbs 29:18. I hope I'm not jumping.
What you got? Go ahead, pull it.
Okay.
Proverbs 29:18 is on point.
Con.
Okay. 29 and 18?
29 and 18, correct.
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
Well, I've been kind of meditating on this because, you know, working these odd jobs, but
right.
It says, where there is no vision, the people perish.
Yeah.
But he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
Right.
So this made me think about like having that vision.
Yeah, they got no vision. What? But and then when they do have a vision, what is it? Man, you know what, man? I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna get off this dope. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go back to school, and it's like, but is that really your vision? You know, that's why Christ said, He said, life is more than just meat and drink. Like they think they're looking at the physical here and now. Right, go back to school, but really, is that going to help you, your family, your household, your community, your nation? But that's why the point of this class was we have to discontinue from that heritage. The heritage of the love, the brotherhood, the word about my nation, my people, loving righteousness. We discontinue from those things. So, you know, we got to see that. You're right. That's right on point, because they sold themselves for naught because they don't have nothing to look forward to. The white man gave them a vision, and it's what? The American dream. Come. The American dream. It starts out with crack, dope, fake booties, fake breasts. Come on in. And you're like, yeah, look, here's your complimentary gold chain and gold teeth. You're like, what? Here's your complimentary China shoes, called Jordans. And you're like, whoa, man, I'm in there. Woo, woo. Right? And then he leads you right to the booby prize. Right? All you got to give is what? Your mind, your spirit, and your soul. Come on with me. You're thinking like, I'm free. You're looking at chains, whips. Thank you, Jesus. Compared to this. 40s and fake breasts. That's free to think about it. To the black man, that's free. Let me see. Kunta Kinte, gold teeth, chains, blunts, and 40s. I'll take the latter. Not knowing that all that is a sleight of hand. It's all a trick. That's not even there. It's something behind the picture that is really working. Like this demon is like the devil. He always offers you something to obscure your judgment of what really is. You understand?
God.
What?
I look at it kind of break down this little story and make it short. As my daddy, he died. Well, he been died 10 years ago of skin cancer, but he was a deacon in the church. And where I grew up down in the country in Missouri County, where I grew up at, and he had bassman chicks, and he got the church built over there. My uncle-in-law, he's a pastor. When my daddy had built the church, got the church built, and then so me and my cousins and a couple of my little friends and some of them had community service, we helped build the church from ground up. Okay, so that being said, he quit the pastor. He quit. He had his own business. He quit his job. He had quit his job and started going to the church. And then so my daddy died or whatever, and then I was the second person to member of the church on the plaque, and me and a couple of my cousins. And so years go by, and once I said my daddy put all the money into the church or whatever, which that's just that. They put all the money in the church. So my daddy died, and then years come to pass. There was a point in time I needed my rent paid in my house. I was going, I had a bad downfall basically, and I needed
you need help
at the house. And so, you know, some more churches help you out or whatever, can help you out down in the country the way they got it. They will help you out and pay and vouch for you and pay your rent or your
right.
What you've done. So when I went to him, I ain't been to church in a while because my daddy died in that church, and I hate going to church and it brought back memories, so I only like sitting in front of that church. But I overcame that and started going back. And then so, but I would have put in my money and my tithes into it because the way he break it down is, well, put your 10% in your tithes in church and then your water bill, light bill, everything be paid or whatever. But my daddy, before he died, he always put his whole check in a basket check, so he check everything into it. And I be like, Dad, it was for the pay for the rent and the house for the pay for the bills and this and that. Don't worry about it. Everything will get taken care of. And every time some kind of way it got paid, a lady out of nowhere gave him money or somebody just in there, he had to talk to nobody, it got paid or whatever. So they kept my faith. I'm like, okay, I guess he's right or whatever. So he died, he going about his business. So I need my bills paid. I ran into my pastor out of nowhere and I ain't talked to him in months. And I told him my situation, I need $200 to get my rent paid or whatever. He said, I can't do it. And I said, why? He said, because you haven't been paying your tithes in church or whatever. So I caught myself. And I broke it down to him. I say, since I haven't been paying my tithes, and you say I have to go through somebody else in the treasury to see if they can help me pay my bills, since I haven't been paying my tithes, I'm not mistaken, my daddy helped pay for this church, all this money. And you say I'm the second person, a member of this church or whatever, and I helped build it or whatever. But you're saying that you can't help me out doing this, helping me pay my bills when I'm one that put in and helped out in this church. My father helped, and every time I come to this church, you make an announcement, this is Deacon Allen's son or this and that, and you break down everything, but at the end of the day, you can't help me out, but you quit your job, and now all of a sudden you got 8 houses that you bought land and rented, and you rent out, and you ain't got your job.
It's what we're going over is that love is not there. You know what I mean? That's why they get their jets, they get their planes, they fly over the ghettos and the slums. They're not going in the ghettos and the slums and helping out our people. They forget them. But now you know that he's not true though.
And he's my uncle-in-law, and the thing about it, to cut the short story, he had a 2-month-old daughter way back in the day, and he refused not to take her to the doctor. He wanted to pray for her and let the Lord take over. He wanted to pray for her, and the baby died instead of him taking her to the doctor.
Well, listen, now you know, according to the Spirit, if you don't know, then he's not real. Because if he was real, he would have stuck to the code and honor that was laid down, helping his community, helping his neighborhood. Then he should have known you for your works. You see that? So, but that's the point of what we're going over, is all these things has been stripped out of our nation. They've been stripped out of our people, that natural affection. $200, what's that's going to do? You think that's going to break the church? Nah. He probably could have took that out and it would have been nothing. But, you know, the thing is that it's taken from our people not to be there for our people, not to help our people out. You know what I mean?
Go to Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Because this is what we're coming back to. You know, this heritage, we lost the love, the unity, the brotherhood. But it was always right here in front of our face. The book that they told us not to read. The book that they try to say the white man wrote to discourage us. Oh, we were another nation. The Bible was not written for you. Well, no, I think it was written for the black man, because these are the statutes. These are the ways that we should live our life to make our life prosper, man. So when we see a brother in need, we're like, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and give him that. Why? Because he needs that. And that's an example of charity, man. That's what the Bible talks about. Showing charity. Since knowledge puff it up, but charity edifieth.
Yeah, if anything, that one time he could have showed face for you to show that, listen, you know, this brother was in need. You know what I mean? Yeah, he might ain't been coming around, but let me judge him off of his works before. Okay, here, we're going to help you out this time. You know what I mean? Even though he might have had these misconceptions in his head about you, he was supposed to try to help you just based off on you needed it. You know what I mean? And then from there, your character would have showed, you know what I mean, for him to make a correct judgment on what else. You know what I mean? On whatever reason he didn't want to give it. You see that?
But which I put out there, he was doing this film, like, I can work it out. I can mow your yards. I can help you build a fence up. You got
Yeah.
going on, chop your shoes down. He wasn't trying to have my old lady right there next to me, and he wasn't trying to get none of that or whatever.
I mean, that's what happens with our people, though. They get a little power, they get a little position. It's amongst our people. You know, you got to see that. Okay, this Negro snapped. A lot of our people, they don't have nothing. Then they get a little something. Then they lose their mind. You know, only thing we can do is try definitely not to be like that. Because as soon as you get corrupted by filthy lucre, you get corrupted by women and wine, right? That's it. You're gotten. The devil got you. So that's why we always hone in on that. Because a lot of young brothers, they still have those problems coming in. Like their problem be liquor. You can't be in a priestly position and your problem is liquor. Why? Because that means that when you get up on the pulpit and you start teaching your people, but then you go back and solve your problems through liquor, that's not going to be a good example. Same thing with women. Same thing with money. If you got brothers, you know, I got to get money, I got to get money, I got to get money. You put that guy in a position, and when he falls, right, in a trial or a tribulation to where he don't have money, then he starts stealing. Then he starts looking out for his own self. So that's why the Most High requires that if you be a priest or a pastor or a leader, that you got to show forth an example, right, of a righteous man before you get in that position. And a lot of these pastors and preachers, they haven't been proven. A lot of these brothers haven't been proven. So you're going to be proven, and this is why now you can come back and say, now I understand why I got to be proven. Because the Most High is going to put you through the trial. Right? He's going to say, what are you in the truth for? Are you in for me? Okay, let me put you through this battle, and let me see if you're still in for me. You see that? So that's how it is, man. Remember, everything we judge and we see with these people, with these fake pastors and preachers, trust me, if we're putting it out and we cutting all this down, guess what's coming? The Most High is going to try you by your word. It always happens. And I'm saying that for you because we're talking about it, but I'm reminding the young men, all of us, that we're all going to be tried by that spirit. So you got to make sure you ain't just saying it, but you're keeping to the standard and understanding why you can't fall into that. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Going back to our heritage, it was written for our learning. You know, and it's beautiful because we didn't get this right when we were born. We didn't get this, you know, as a young man. We have to go through a lot of things in our life to actually appreciate what we're getting now. And it's beautiful because we go through these situations, we go through all these trials with our people to know that, listen, that's not the way you handle things according to the Bible. You know, he didn't show love at that time. Well, the Bible says show love. Right. So now you understand what's right and what's wrong. But the Bible said it's doing what?
That whatsoever were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Yeah, learning how to do things righteously. As a Hebrew Israelite, read.
That we, through patience and comfort of the Scriptures, might have hope.
And this is what the Most High is bringing us back to. He's bringing us back to our hope of knowing that we are a righteous people. All the way down from the Black, Hispanic, and the Native Americans. Give me John 14 and verse 26.
St. John chapter 14 and verse 26.
All right, hope for everybody to get it. But the Bible is written for our learning, man. Our heritage, to understand who we are. The basics. We've been defiled all our life, man. Everything we learned is corrupted. What your dad taught you. What your mom taught you. You know. What the streets taught you. That's not how you deal, according to the Bible. And that's why we have individuals that, you know, that make decisions like that, man, that have no love for your brothers. Read where you at. John chapter, or somebody else get that. John 14 and verse 26.
But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit,
read,
whom the Father will send in my name,
come on,
shall teach you all things.
Yeah, this Bible is going to teach you all things, man. It's going to teach you how to raise your family, how to deal with your brothers, how to have patience, long-suffering. A lot of us don't have those essential tools. Patience, long-suffering, meekness. Read.
And bring all things to your remembrance.
And this is bringing, it's going to do what?
Bring all things to your remembrance.
Yeah, that heritage is going to come back to you, man. When you start truly understanding that, listen, that was my people, man. Those mighty people. We knew we weren't just spicks and niggas and thugs and hoodlums. We had a foundation. We had a way of life. We had our family was established in a certain way, in order. Because America has no order. That's why they have the governments that split. Come on, man. Democrat, Republican. You got all these different, you can choose whatever side you want to be on. Listen, the Most High said you're going to be righteous or wicked. Choose your pick. Righteous or wicked? Read.
Whatsoever I have said unto you.
Yeah, the Most High is going to bring it back to our remembrance, and that's what's going on. That's what has been going on. That's why we got these Bibles in front of us, man. To get away from all this wickedness that's out here in this world. Give me Deuteronomy 26 and 18. Deuteronomy chapter 26 and verse 18. Because we're coming back to this lost heritage, man. Where, listen, it's time to stand up, not only through the inventions that we know of our families of old, the people of old, but going back into our heritage, man. Again, a lot of us have children. What are y'all teaching them? Y'all teaching the ways of this world? How to deal with the world in your philosophy? The philosophy that you learned in college? The philosophy that you learned from your grandma? The old slavery techniques? Read where you at.
Deuteronomy chapter 26 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord hath avouched thee this day.
Yeah, he's taking you out. He's separating you. He said he avouched you. That's why this heritage was important, man. Because it showed the difference between the wicked and the righteous, the clean and the unclean. Read.
To be his peculiar people.
His what?
Peculiar people.
Come on, man. You can't tell me that the black, Hispanic, and Native American ain't peculiar. Even when you deal with the Native Americans, y'all need to go to a powwow one day. Listen, they dance for hours. On one leg, two legs, whoop, just jumping. Playing their drums. Come on, man. Nobody got style like that. You can watch on YouTube right now. You may see in Saudi Arabia, you got the guys dancing like us. You know, the little big circles. Stop that, man. Where y'all get that from? Y'all don't move like that. No, they got it from the Most High's peculiar people. Read.
As he hath promised thee.
Uh-huh.
And that thou shouldest keep all his commandments.
And that's what was going to have a difference between us and the nations, man. The commandments, our heritage, understanding our holy days. You know, rather than Christmas, Thanksgiving, what the world taught us, 4th of July. Listen, we praise those, man. Our people literally put their whole spirit in that. And when they come into church, they freaking yawning. They don't care. Because the world is more important. But the Most High said he separated us from that. He made a difference. Give me Deuteronomy 6 and verse 1. And I want somebody to look up the definition of family. Because that's one thing that this world has literally just crushed, man. The vision, like you said, Jermaine, the vision of a family. A lot of us don't have a vision of a family. We got the vision of what the world told us. And what's that? White picket fence, dog, child, and a wife. That's the vision. Me, myself, and I, and my family. That's it. But when you deal back in these scriptures, man, we were more than that. We had a civilization, man, an order of things. Read where you at.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments, which the Lord your God command you to teach you.
Commands you to do what?
To teach you.
Yeah, think about it. What have we been taught? What have our parents taught us? Listen, my dad used to teach me how to brush my lips so my lips won't be black when I smoke weed. Think about that. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, I know. But that's what I was taught, though. That's the wickedness that we were taught. Bring 2 chicks over, he roll out. Come on, man. That's the world. Some of y'all pops may even pass over a woman to you. You know, you got women now teaching their daughters how to get a man. Wear that tight pants. Wear that bra that boosts up your breasts so they can see it. And they want you, girl. Don't get in on the first date, though. You got to get that money from them.
Yeah, I was looking at something on World Star with his mother. Did y'all see it? The mother was talking to her daughter, talking about, you trying to take my man? Y'all seen that?
I seen it.
Yeah, the daughter was telling her basically she was being touched by this dude. And she was like, you trying to take my man.
Right.
She's like, no, I'm trying to tell you that he's touching me.
That's like a pressure situation, man.
She was like, well, you over here walking with these shorts these short shorts, and she was like, "Well, you bought them for me." I was like, "Wow, this is like the Bible in your face. Like the scriptures showing you that thine own wickedness will correct you." But that's the thing is what y'all was saying earlier. What the scriptures was saying is that they sacrifice their children to these ideas. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to be a whore. I'm gonna dress, act like this, and then when you start to become this, and it backfires, then I'm gonna just abandon ship, leave you out there. She just left her daughter out there. She didn't say nothing, man. It was terrible. It almost seemed like it wasn't real. It was like, is this real? But it was real. It was real. But that's the mindset of our people. It's like we've been reduced to animals. That's what David said, I was as a beast before you.
Yeah, that's like that movie Precious, man. Precious is a perfect example.
Oh, really? I never seen it.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
Yeah?
Y'all watch Precious, man. Because that's what happens in the black families, man. Just like you said, the dad was raping the girl, had a baby with her. You just trying to take my man. It's like, nigga forced himself on me. How am I supposed to get through that? Listen, threw her down the stairs, threw TVs on her. Oh, come on, man. But that's our family. The sad part about it, that is a true depiction of our people, man. How we deal. Families. And that's what we think a family is, man. You have no respect for your children. But what does the scripture say? Read that again.
Wow. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments.
And this is what we lost, man. This is the foundation. This is what made us different. To have love and unity and brotherhood. All we know now is discord, hatred, envy, evil eye. Read.
Which the Lord your God commanded to teach you.
Yeah, to teach us, man. This is what we should be teaching our children. The true and righteous.
The true.
Yeah, that true. The true righteous acts that we should be doing, man. Read.
That ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
It didn't matter where we were at, man. We were supposed to hold this down. But that's what we're coming back to. I'm going to show you something. Give me 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 57. Because a lot of times, when it comes to this Bible, when it comes to living righteously, we don't fight for that. We fight for all other type of wickedness. We fight for the wickedness of our job just because we want to check. We fight for clothes, music. Listen, the spirit of pride, we fight for that more than the spirit of to be humble, man. To know what pleases the Most High. But this is what the world has bestowed upon us, man. But I'm going to show you something out of Maccabees, how our forefathers, our heritage, how they fought for the law. How they fought for what they believed in, what gave them strength. 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 57.
Con, and whosoever was found with any the book of the Testament.
Yeah, so when you start dealing with the Maccabees, man, the Greeks start coming in. And they start having us profane our power.
Our heritage.
Our heritage. They forced swine down our neck or down our throat. They forced us to do their rituals. And they said, read it again.
And whosoever was found with any the book of the Testament.
Yeah, if you was found with the Bible or anything, read.
Or if any committed to the law.
Read.
The king's commandment was.
This is the king's commandment for our people. Read.
That they should be put him to death.
Yeah, they should be put to death if you read this book. If you go back to what was your light, what was your power. Our heritage was that, man. Our people went through this. Read.
Come. Thus did they by their authority into the Israelites every month.
It is every month to the Israelites, man. Check it. Listen, if y'all read the Bible, if y'all trying to have order in your house, death to y'all. Y'all finna be just like us, walk around naked. You do what you please. Homosexual relationships, whatever. Read.
To as many as were found in the city.
Come on.
Now the 25th day of the month they did sacrifice upon the idol altar.
Read.
Which was upon the altar of God.
They defamed our power, man, on our altars. Rather than doing righteous sacrifices, they were sacrificing pig swine, man. Doing whatever they wanted to. But this is what they're doing to us today. Defiling us, man. Defiling us by their way. And that's what we know. But they did it by force. But y'all got to see how our forefathers, what they did, man. How they fought rather than just giving up. They didn't lay on their back like right now. Think about it, man. We got the Hebrew Israelites in the news now. Oh, Hebrew Israelites, the black Hebrew Israelites, the extremist group. The ones that think they hate white people. No. We're not an extremist group. We're preaching unity, brotherly love, and understanding who our enemy is. We're coming back to our statutes, our judgments. Read.
Come. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women.
Read.
That had caused their children to be circumcised.
Come on, man. Just by because you want to follow your statutes and judgments, man. They was killing us. Read.
Come. And they hanged the infants about their necks.
See, this is a heritage that they don't teach us about, man. How we try to fight for our power. They don't teach us that. They teach us the like I said, the vain things, the inventions. Oh, you created the peanut butter. Yeah, but he didn't get no accolation for that. We didn't hear that until when? Until we saw that online or somewhere. And it's beautiful because right now, as they're saying, it's the age of information. We're starting to find out now. We're being woken up to the fact of who we are and what we did. But this is another part of our heritage, how our women and men fought for the law of the Most High. Fought for righteousness rather than wickedness. Man, most people are fighting for a block to sell that crack rock. You know what I mean? Fighting to stay in that car that you got. You out here killing cats. You what do you call them? When you robbing houses, what do you call them? What do you call them? Huh? Hitting licks, but whatever it might be.
Home invasions.
Home invasions. You over here hitting licks to make, huh?
A burglar.
Yeah, but it's a group that they call them. But still, you doing that so that you can be in your Charger.
Jackers.
Huh? Yeah, jackers. Whatever it might be. But still, think about how hard we fight for wickedness rather than righteousness. Read.
And rifled their houses. And slew them that had circumcised them.
Yeah, it says, and hanged their infants by their necks and rifled their houses, went through and just did whatever they wanted to. This is what they did to our people, and they still do it today. You had a man in, I think it was up Chicago. He had a right to carry. Somebody was at his window. He didn't know who it was. And actually, no, he didn't know who it was. And he actually shot. It was a police officer. But still, but what happened to him? He's in prison for life. Well, you got another instance where a man gets shot 100 times, even in the bottom of his feet, for nothing, man. Police officer can go in your house, shoot you like they did. Who they did like that?
Everybody.
Fred Hampton. Come on, man. Our people get done like that. But this has been going on. Read.
Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing.
Read that again.
Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved.
So when it says fully resolved, that means in their mind they already knew, listen, I'm not going to do what they want me to do.
Let me say this. The vision has to be there. The first focus, desire, love, care has to be towards the Most High. And that's the problem. The problem is that cats, the Most High ain't the first focus. Everything else is the focus, like, you know, money, women, drugs, whatever it is. Your so-called freedom, because you just got free. So you don't want nobody to take that from you. And not understanding that you got to be a prisoner for Christ. It takes us dedicating and dying. It's going to take somebody. Yep. It said the election have received the word and the rest were blinded. So it's got to take men and women that stand bold. And you know what? They're going to do opposite of what everybody else does. Yeah.
It's because, like it says in Revelations 2, it says he has somewhat against us because we left our first love.
Yep.
And that's the problem. We're trying to get to this place without having our first love, which has to be the Most High, and everything else. It's like I talk to a lot of people at the mall, people I encounter and stuff. You're trying to mess with the middleman. Why not mess with the person who's the signature on the paycheck?
Right.
You know, you got to mess with the Creator instead of the man that He made. And that's what Israel's supposed to be doing.
That's what we're gonna get to. Read.
Repeat 62.
You can start at verse 62.
Come. Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing.
Read.
Wherefore they rather to die.
They rather do what?
Rather to die.
They rather die for their heritage. They rather die for the laws and statutes. They rather die for what gave them power, man. What made them different. And they knew they was different. Before all this captivity started coming, before the Greeks, the Romans, the Babylonians, before they start taking over, we knew who we were. Read.
That they might not be defiled with meats.
Imagine being extreme for righteousness. Not extreme blowing yourself up. Not extreme, you gotta go kill somebody. No, that's not the Arab extreme, but extreme for righteousness, doing the will of the Most High, having that zeal, you know, the spirit of studying and getting in the book and desiring to be a better teacher, a better leader to your family, household, children, and your nation. Somebody got to do it. Who's going to stand up? And who's the ones that feel like, nah, there's another there's still something out there. What's out there?
That ain't for me.
Right. When you get the job, you got the job. You make the money. Now what? What you gonna do? Be Ralph Cramden?
Who's that?
You don't know who Ralph Cramden is? The Honeymooners?
Oh.
And that's how you know I'm old.
To the moon, Alice.
To the moon, Alice, yeah. The Honeymooners.
Yeah.
You just gonna be the bus driver? You know, and that's it? That's your life? You just grow old. If you fast forward through time, you see the picture of him growing old, driving the bus. Him growing old, going to the steel mill. You know what I mean? Growing old and doing the pick. Like, that's it. That's your life. But that's what the white man will have of us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Growing old, and then you lose the job, that company shuts down, and you're at the front of Walmart checking receipts. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's what you gave your life to. Like, at least if I would be at Walmart checking the receipts, I'm going to have to live my life over and over and over and over for the Most High in Christ. Right? I'm going to have to taught millions. If you're going to see me at that front Walmart door. Go ahead, man.
Read.
And that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died.
Yeah, they died, man. They died for their children. They died for what they believed in. They died for not having their children defiled. They didn't want that.
Can I say this? It's not that Walmart, the front door is wrong or wicked. It's not that a job is wicked. What we're saying is that it's the thing is that you Israelites lose their mind and act like you can't find a job. Like it's hard. Like, this is America. You can get a job. You know what I mean? But it's almost like you can, trust me, you can get a job. Like, if you're starving in America, there's a problem. Like, the Lord is not on your side. We said it the other way. There's bums making more money than me and you.
God.
Panhandlers.
Bums.
God.
You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Israel act like that the bread and meat, like if they don't have the little extra, they're gonna lose their mind. Nah, you're gonna be fine. The Most High is gonna take care of you. I'm gonna tell you like I forgot who said it. I have been high, I have been low. Was it Paul?
No, it's David.
David, right?
Psalm 73.
Right, and I have not seen the righteous forsaken or begging bread.
John.
Like, you know, you got to think about it, man. I've been in a 1-bedroom apartment, got a house, lost a house, went 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I mean? It's like, had rented the house with the pool in the backyard, lost the house with the pool in the backyard. It's like, okay, like that stuff comes and goes. You know what I mean? Had a nice car, got wrecked, what? You know what I mean? Without a car, then what you went to go do? Go apply for another car. Like, well, my credit's bad. Okay, claim bankruptcy. They made it easy for you. Trump did it 1,000,000 times. You know how many times you can claim bankruptcy? You can just keep claiming that. You just got to give it a little gap, and then you can go right back at it. It's like, they made it easy for you. But the thing is, you lose your mind like, ooh, I got to do it the right way. Master said do it this way. It's like, bro, get it. You know, I'm not sell drugs, not kill people, but you can get around in this society. Think about all the billionaires. You know what I mean? Majority of them didn't even go to school, right? Think about these things. They show you in their society, but they have you thinking, no, the only way is to get rich or die trying. And therefore, what do? The vision of the Most High, the sanctuary, the body, the priesthood, our nation, nah, that's to the side. That's in the background. It's supposed to be the other way around. You know what I mean? You have your job, but that's secondary. First is, I got to build my nation. Yeah.
It's like he told Solomon in 2 Samuel, he said, because you asked first for the kingdom of the Most High.
Right.
Matthew 6:33.
Right.
Everything else is given to you.
Right.
And that's what we got to understand. And that's what we got to come back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Jump to Deuteronomy 6:2. Last one. Last one. Because, you know, we have our priorities switched around. Like you said, we out here running for the American dream. We ain't running for the Israelite dream, the Israelite heritage, that this world is ours and the world to come. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 2.
God, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God.
Come on.
To keep all his statutes and his commandments.
Read.
Which I commend thee. Thou and thy son. And thy son's son.
Yeah, so everybody down your line, your generational line, man, was going to keep these because it was a purpose behind it. The Most High had us set up, man. It's like what they said, you had a silver spoon in your mouth, we had it. The Most High gave us the blueprint to prosperity. Read.
All the days of thy life. And that thy days may be prolonged.
Come on, man. That's what having true life. Everybody trying to, listen, how do I live longer? Everybody trying to hit the gym, please. You better obey the commandments. Know what's good for you to put in your mouth and what's not.
Right. Right.
Understand about, well, give yourself unto what's good. Yeah, you might have to exercise a little bit. But that's why you're taking care of your temple, man. The Most High been told us this. Stop it. Don't let the world fool you.
Right. They think the white man just told you to get butt naked in the gym.
Come on. All right,
they ain't tell you how to really serve and really bow intellectually, healthy, for you to keep health for your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. Right? How many people are healthy but they brains is out of whack? You know what I mean? Think about it. Everybody's healthy in here, right? Everybody, you ain't broke down. You walking, you got all your limbs, but how your mind feel? See, that's where the health is. In your spirit. But see, Esau don't tell you that. Go ahead.
It's like as long as you look good.
Yeah.
It's sad, man, because they've taught us that as long as your hair's on 10, listen, edge up, a fresh cut ain't gonna change your spirit.
Yeah.
Makeup, fake eyelashes, straight hair, nails, it ain't gonna change your spirit.
I was reading this one article on this, I've been going through the Flipboard, and this one white girl, she actually was promoting healthy thinking, hung herself. Like, how does that work? Yeah, I was like, dang.
She didn't get the reaction she wanted.
It says it went down and was talking about how she was affecting kids and speaking on healthy thinking, and it's like, but healthy thinking to them is what? You are God. Right. See, it never leads you to the Most High. It's in that new age stuff. You're the God. You can do it. Right, but there's a ceiling cap there. You reach that level and then you don't go to reach to the Most High, which is constant evolution, right? Because you can never reach the Most High, but you got to keep trying, right? See, they stop you and then you what? Well, there's nowhere else to go. I'm in pain. Yeah, I'm in pain. I'm in suffering. I can't do this no more. That's it. It's over. Yeah.
I have a scripture.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah 26:3.
Go ahead and read it. This will be the last one. It's 10:01. And what's your name, brother? Xavier and Kadeem. Kadeem. Right, Xavier Kadeem. We're gonna be here We're gonna be here on the Sabbath, Friday. So if y'all still got more questions, just write them down. That's what we tell them. That way you won't forget, and you will have them already ready, and then we can go through this and answer those questions. Write them down, because I know how you be sitting there, you be thinking about it, but sometimes you got to just put them down and then keep coming with them, and we can go over it for you. All right? All right, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. Right,
there you go. Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you. It's crazy because there's another one in Jeremiah. The Most High said, because the rebelliousness, he said the fruit of your thoughts was going to be corrupt. It was going to be defiled. So the thing is that if our mind is stayed on the Most High, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, then all these things will be added unto you.
God.
It will be.
God.
Alright, but you gotta want to do it. You gotta want to be that prisoner. You gotta want to give yourself to, not force, not coerced, not occultish. You know what I mean? Do this because you're gonna get spanked, but really desiring to do the will of the Most High.
God.
Then you'll see it'll start working for you. So, did anybody have any other questions on that, on the topic, off the topic, before we conclude class? No, hold that. It's all good. Yeah, it is nice, ain't it? Nothing? Nothing? All right, so we'll see if they got anything online. All y'all already know, we keep reiterating, 4/21 is the Passover. Just a reminder, we're going to put down the deposit on the location this weekend. And then we'll tell y'all, we're going to shoot y'all, brothers and sisters that have been asking about like where to get a hotel at, what area is the Passover. We're going to get to y'all. It should be this Monday. We're going to get y'all the information. All right? So look out for that. All right? And they keep saying about about garments. We're not doing garments, but we will be doing the Passover garments. So everybody that puts in for the Passover garments, you'll be getting those done. What's that, brother?
What does the initial stand for, the IS?
The Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. Yeah, Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. They give you a flyer too. It got it all on there. All right, so nothing online?
Kanye was off the topic.
What's that?
They asked, do you men have perfect peace? And secondly, do you still sin?
Sound like a troll, man.
Do we have perfect peace? Not all the time. No, we don't have perfect peace because a lot of times that old man keep trying to creep up. So when the old man creeps up, it tries to throw that peace off. I'll tell you like this. My days, 99.9% is peace. But once in a while, that old man tries to creep in and tries to throw that peace off. And when I say old man, meaning old thinking, old thought process, worldly thought process. But I can say personally for me that I have a lot of arsenal, spiritual arsenal, which is the word, in my mind to combat that percentage of negativity that tries to keep me back from that peace. So the peace, and then what was the second part?
Do you still sin?
All men sin. There's not one that doesn't sin. Right, so there's scripturally, if I said I don't sin, then what's going to happen is that then I'm proving the Bible to be a lie. The scriptures say all sin and have fallen short of the, get that one, of the glory. Find that one real quick for him. So, yeah, we all sin. You sin, I sin, we sin, and in the sense of this, a negative thought might enter into your mind. That negative thought itself, you just meditated on it for a second, that could be sin. You get on a bus and you can, the lady had her menstrual cycle, right? And you sit on that same bus, that you're sinning because according to the law, a woman when she had her menstrual cycle was supposed to be set aside on her cleansing days. You went to a restaurant and you don't eat pork because the law says don't eat it, but guess what? They cooked pork sandwich on there and you didn't know. So what happened? You just got that sliver of pork grease on your food and you never even know. Or you went to the supermarket and you grabbed the can and you didn't look and you didn't know that it had pork in it. You ate it and you start swabbling it down and a brother walked over to you and said, hey, that got pork in it. We all sin. We all sin. We all fall short. Where is it at?
Romans chapter 3, verse 23.
Uh-huh.
For all have sinned.
For what?
For all have sinned.
Uh-huh.
And come short of the glory of God.
Right. me the other one. What man can say he's clean? Give me that one real quick. This is Job. This one in Job. Right, so we all make mistakes. You all mess up. We all sin. Yes, so I don't know if it's a trick question, but I decided to answer that one. You know how they try to get us. Like, oh, I got you. You're not going to get the spirit because, you know what I mean, the spirit can't be gotten. You know, you got to, in the sense of it, you can't trick. You know, I'm not saying you're not being sincere. I'm just saying that sounds like a trick question. What else?
You mean Proverbs?
Okay, Proverbs. Where we at?
Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Who can say, I have made my heart clean?
Yeah, say, who can say that? Who can say, you know what? I'm perfect. Who can say that before the Most High? I made my heart clean. Nobody. Nobody. You know, we're all striving for perfection and trying to be perfect and continue. We're not like the churches, though. You know what I mean? Oh, those are 613 some laws. There's no way. No. Strive for perfection. Keep fighting to be perfect. And then when you look at Christ in his face and he looks at you, he'd say, okay, you've striven for perfection. Now I'm going to twinkle you according to the mercy and grace. Right?
God.
It's not going to be for the ones that gave up, that did wickedness, like the churches teach us to do, keep sinning and not fighting and striving against sin. Where you at?
I am pure from my sin.
Right. I am what?
Pure from my sin.
Like nobody can say that. There you go. That was Proverbs what?
20 and verse 9.
Proverbs 20 and 9. No one can say they're pure from their sin. Yeah.
1 John 1 and 8.
Uh-huh.
If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves.
Right.
And the truth is not in us.
Ooh, you want to come with the sword, huh? That's from the belly all the way up to the neck. You came with the killer right there. That's right. If you say you have no sin, you're not of the Most High. You know, so we all sin some way. You made some mistake during the day. You thought some way. You messed up some way. So was that it on there?
I got one more.
You got one more?
Yeah, Job 14 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
Mm-hmm.
Not one.
Right. So what it's saying is that your mind, to come out of this worldly mind state, truthfully, the only way you can be clean is through the Spirit of the Most High and cleaning yourself up. Yeah. Was that it?
Oh, one more. There's two more.
Right.
They asked, when we pray, should we do it in Jesus' name like we learn in Christian church?
Yeah. The scriptures tell you, you know, when you pray in the name of Christ. Okay, find that one for me too. All right. What else we got?
They asked if we love Esau.
If we love Esau, nigga, please. Y'all stop that. Y'all trying to mess around. If we love Esau, the scriptures say abhor not an Edomite. They don't say you gotta love him. Shit. What are you talking about? If we love Esau? Yeah. All right. So y'all find that other one?
John 14 and 13.
Yeah.
One of them.
John 14 and 13. Read that.
St. John chapter 14 and verse 13.
You know, you get those comedians on there once in a while. What? We supposed to love our brother? What? Yeah. No, he's right. The scriptures say, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father's perfect." He's right. It says, "Be ye perfect." It don't say you are perfect. It says, try to strive and be like Christ. Be like the Most High. Okay, all right. You must be misunderstood where you clicked on. This is, you can ask questions, but this is a debate. So, first of all, the scriptures say, strive for perfection. So I'll patronize you a little bit. We're striving for perfection. We're trying to become perfect, but we fall short. So if you listen to the scriptures that were written, then your understanding, you won't come with your comment, because the scriptures just said there's none perfect. None is clean before the Most High's eyes. So the Bible's not contradictory. You err not knowing the scripture and you don't understand what it's saying, because it's not going to say 1 minute nobody's perfect, then come back and say you are perfect. He's saying here in Matthew 6, verse 45, verse 48, he's saying be perfect, meaning we got to fight and strive for this. Okay? All right. Was that it? Okay. All right. Let's salute them and say shalom, y'all. Shalom. We'll see y'all on the Shabbat, Friday night, 6 o'clock. Shalom.
Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. Your immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. In the fact